We're having a wonderful day. We have gotten nothing. All you had was the tariffs from last night. Pretty much all week we argued about firing Powell. Small little data here and there. You did hit all-time highs, and then after the bell yesterday, Donald Trump is like, yeah, we're going to have more tariffs on Canada. So a little bit of a freak out. I don't think it's the biggest thing that really matters here, but at the end of the day, next week, the earnings and what you're going to be getting with all the other data like CPI, this is pretty much our last call to start getting set up. So I've started both videos out by saying that from the morning. So I really hope it does help. But now it's either going to be, I think it will be chill, but a little bit chill leaning into next week. I don't think people are not going to be thinking about next week. So you should too, my friends. But let's have a good day. We only have 1 minute. And yeah, and I saw that last comment, bro. I already clapped your ass. Yesterday's watch list, we had a segment called You Effing Idiot, okay? I wasn't talking about any of you, and I made that very clear. So if you're going to be a effing idiot right now, I will call you a effing idiot for being a effing idiot right now, okay? But like I was saying, unfortunately, as somebody who's made videos for months trying to explain the severity of our debt limit right now and where we are at in the way that, again, people even like that comment have minimized my comments, banned me, reported me, done a lot, just you name it, and praise the Lord. And God comes first, and we still did good. And those of you who have listened with ears to hear, you have done amazing off of this. So yeah, if you're going to take it like that and take it in the wrong way when I made it clear it wasn't, my brother, you are the effing idiot. So, congratulations. Good morning. 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Fight. All right. There you go. All right, baby. The debt chart is very, you should watch yesterday's watch list. And even then, we got some long-term ones, but yeah, the severity of all of it in real time as we, I made videos in real time about it, but it's too late now. That's all. It's over. I guess it's been decided. Woo! Get a long term. Alrighty. Yeah, not bad. Not a bad open at all. But it's definitely lower, but it's all the I think it's exactly at yesterday. So again, you're not much lower from last night. You guys remember I was showing you that? So remember, last night on the watch list, you're pretty much right where you were at on the watch list. That's why I'm like, interesting. Because it did bounce up a little bit, maybe like 0.1% red, but now 0.5 is pretty big, and we are expecting about 0.7. So that's been the daily thing. So if you pretty much go green by a quarter, that's priced in. So today could still be small, otherwise watch out. All the materials are going, and then the drone plays, like we were saying there. Anything related to drones and all that is doing very well, actually. Let me see. Oh, DVR is on? Hot dog. Oh, no, it doesn't say it's on. So be careful. Yeah, the drone play, I don't know. I tried to play one, I think, back in the beginning, and it just didn't. I don't like the chain. They're all expensive. And then keep your eye out for what we saw yesterday. So again, I put it on the watch list. We talked about options glitch. So if you actually care about options pricing and you care about options glitches, you're going to want to watch yesterday's watch list. I think it's something to keep an eye out for. Wells Fargo earnings. I don't think so yesterday it was very, very good. Like yesterday, I think the liquidity, yesterday's watch list pretty much explains all of it. You know what I'm saying? The volatility collapsing. I don't know if we're going to I don't know if that's going to lead to crazy earnings. So we'll see what happens. You're subbing and never sharing again. That's okay, brother. Thank you as well. But like I'm saying, you really took it upon yourself to make something that wasn't about you, and you took it personally. So I'm fine with that. Be in peace. So I'll just ban you. I didn't ban you at first. I just wanted to let you know. But now it's really permanent for both of us, okay? So I forgive you. I hope you forgive me one day. But yeah, you called. You wanted it. Good morning, bro. Good morning. But yeah, I think all earnings, we're going to get maybe 10% of them that are going to surprise. And I think the low volatility might be a dud, because that's what I'm even thinking right now, is that if we're not getting the volatility at the beginning of the year, think about it. When I have volatility, all my option plays hit. When volatility comes down, then everything just is going to be random. So I'm not going to like these earnings. And if we get one more, just think about it. Next week, if we start to get one or two more political headlines, that could even fuck with the earnings. But at the end of the day, I am expecting it to be, what's it called? I'm expecting it to be low volatility. So it may not be that high. So I'm going to be more cautious. I'm leaning towards low volatility being, no good earnings. Or I think the earnings will be decent, just not crazy. I gave what you... No, for real, though. Because I think yesterday's Watchlist was amazing. I think there's a lot of things to get off of it. And here's the keys. I even said viewer discretion is advised. The segment's called You Effing Idiot, but I said not. I made it very clear. That's what I'm saying. If you wanted to make it about you, that's very narcissistic of you. I'm just kidding. Only a narcissist would call you a narcissist. But it's very come on, dude. That's crazy to get mad at 6 a.m. And you know what I'm saying? On a video that was filled with a ton of good information related to, 6 months of call-outs explaining to you things that have happened that haven't happened since 1987 and even 1965. Oh, yeah. So I don't know why you would take that personally, but I'm not going to act like I did something wrong. But I said, viewer discretion, this is not about you. This is a joke. I am speaking to an invisible character. I'm actually speaking to every Bloomberg reporter. How about that? I did call out Bloomberg by name. MP is going again. MP, a couple of the other drone plays, and anything related to materials, except for Alcoa. But yeah, those are all up there. Yes, again, I want like a UMAC or a Katos, but they're up way too much and they're too expensive. They're SoFi, bro. That one keeps going. Robinhood now, and then crypto, and then it's about 0.3 on the Nasdaq. SPY, Russell, Dow, 0.5. Your ThinkorSwim's not opening? No way. Mine works fine. Meta is down 1.5. So remember, just like yesterday, you guys, it's good though. I like this week. I think if you want to walk away with anything this week, I think you got to learn a little bit about rotation dynamics. I think because we started the first half of the week, one set of rotation, and then the next half was another set. And big tech would either be running early, or later it'll start picking up, and then you would watch healthcare and then everything else. So end of the day, if you didn't get much out of this week, I think you could get that. Mobile is down on ThinkorSwim. Yeah, everybody in the chat just went crazy on it. My ThinkorSwim is up, but I'm not using mobile. Interesting. Desktop, mine's up. Just don't restart it. Yeah. So if yours is open, don't close it. But if it already closed, then you're probably screwed until they fix it. Kenview, CNBC. And MSTR, oh yeah, Kenview, big pop. Again, MSTR, Coin, Robinhood, all of the crypto is on fire. I mean, again, you do have Bitcoin hitting new levels. New levels, new devils. Dude, those iBits are so scammy. Those iBits, they went down, and then they stayed like break even 10%, and then instantly just popped 40%. So yeah, you had a moment to average on those. I didn't take it, but yeah. Okay, Kenview, that's a big ass pop, bro. It's only 1%, but then Kenview does this. But if that starts to hit 4 or 5%, I'd pay attention. Beautiful day. Flipping sneakers. Let's go, baby. That's what I like to hear, man. Grind while listening. And then the long term works for you. Then you get the real estate. Oh, stop. AHR. What's this? America Healthcare REIT? CRM. Yeah, big tech isn't as hot. They literally, those two candles, big tech just dropped 0.3 on that alone. Old Disney's. NSC now with Norfolk Southern, big pop. Yo, it's up $2. They were red before. Again, it's a big stock. $2 is like 1%. So yeah, that's still running though. NSC, big pop. NSC, check any other railroads. Why won't it load? Yeah, okay, my ThinkorSwim's down. I'm like, why won't it load? Hold on. It's like my ThinkorSwim is up, but I put in the ticker, it won't load. Yeah, my ThinkorSwim's out. Yeah, look, I can't open up any option chain. So yeah, ThinkorSwim's out. Oh, I need a CVM on the low. Big flush. And then I found the, what's it called? I found the problem with USDA loans because we were working on one for this property. Remember I was telling you they take a long time? But we found the fucking glitch. Pretty much USDA, like, the qualifications, it doesn't make any sense. So, like, they'll give you a good qualification, but it's pretty much you can only qualify on properties that are, like, less than 400, 500K. So if you think you're going to get a USDA loan on these bigger ones, cap. It doesn't work. So yeah, that was an update. Well, I mean, today's just not much. Remember, people are going to get ready for earnings. So whatever happens or whatever you think is going to happen, just keep it. It'll probably be cushion for next week. Boeing, Popper. Long-term sees no outages. Amen, brethren. Amen. I think it's everywhere. Because that's why we were working it and we knew it was going to take a way longer time, but I still had LT get me some info and try to pursue it. But the roadblock is the qualification. So they're saying you can't make a certain amount of money. But then if you make a certain amount of money, you won't qualify for this property. So it just it has to be 500K and below pretty much. They don't say that explicitly, but that's the implication from their other requirements, essentially. Yeah, Trump is going to call out Powell. All week we've got Powell call-outs. But keep in mind, you should have heard it this morning. You guys notice people talking more China stimulus? That keeps getting traction. I told you guys that yesterday. I think they're going to, the word on the street is they're going to try to hype up real estate. And there's another hype about stimulus for like tariffs. But yeah, China stimulus news, you should be hearing about it. Maybe if it's not next, give it like a month or less, I think. But that is brewing up. But then again, you know China. It's not like, getting ready for stimulus and then disappointing. I think we're all used to that. Drones are getting so much because the DoD is like going ham trying to procure them. Hegseth was talking about them. And like it's the new wave. It's like pretty much drones are the AI of military technology right now. Are they? That's a bad way to put it, because the drones aren't advanced. They're just really popular right now. Why? Because a lot of people, even Elon Musk has commented on this, people are realizing that a $20 drone, like no exaggeration, literally like $100 drone can straight up take out hundreds of millions of dollars of equipment. It's a very good investment. So that's why it was even in the bill. They put low-cost drones in it. And now, like, just the way we've seen other conflicts play out, that's what they keep doubling down on. And Hegseth was talking about it. He has the money for it. But this is like war advancement. And everyone's just realizing, well, that's why everyone's spending a lot. Because these drones, it's cheap. It's cheap shit. But then it could go and take out, billions and billions of dollars of very necessary equipment. So a lot of these armies and militaries are going to start investing heavily into it because they just want a ton of drones so that they could just send them out. And then that way, again, it doesn't cost human life or anything. Obviously, it could attack, but if you wanted to destroy infrastructure cheaply without putting people in danger, it's there. Exactly. It's a lopsided cost. And it's very lopsided, and it's very much in the drone's favor. So yeah, you're going to hear and see people ramp that up. Okay, SPY's still going. I don't know if it's because TD won't let you sell anything, but yeah. I know, right? Your hobby is tied to war. But I mean, I remember drones. My first drone, I guess, was Black Ops. But then I remember drones and DJI. That was well before they started shipping them off to war. Yeah, UMAC, I believe, is Trump child. INK, is this it? Yo, this is the testicular cancer one. Bro, this one's crazy. They showed no remission in, I think, every trial participant. But yeah, INKT, it was halted, just got unhalted, moved another $5, up 300. Testicular cancer drug. They had great data today. The C4 on the dry have. I remember that. That was my first experience. Just any drones. And I remember when DJI came out. I remember when drones first released. You remember when people started flying them around and you would see the videos and we were like, whoa. And then NSC, bro, is still going. That sucks. You couldn't have played whatever's happening there. That's moving a decent amount. Saw that 261. Woke Wayne. Hello, Woke man. Good morning. Nvidia keeps ripping, and you got Tessie. So you're near the low. Tesla's actually getting a couple candles, $2-3 on Tesla now. I don't know if Elon's tweeting. And then Nvidia is going, and SPY. Remember, Jensen is going to China next week. But yeah, big pop on Tesla, or at least about to go red to green, and then Nvidia is leading. SPY back to VWAP. Bonds are a little whack today, but they were like that yesterday and then ended fine. I think, is it back up? Yeah, my option chain loaded now. So yeah, my TOS is working again. Equal weight is getting clobbed though, bro. And then Bitcoin 118 on the futures. Oh, we're in the money on the iBid. That makes sense. I was like, wait, I'm looking at it right now. WDC on the high. Actually, fresh highs. WD, yo, all of the chips. Bro, I think you're going to get some chip news or something. Because Tesla went crazy, Nvidia, and then now bonds are fucking moving too. But yeah, you got a bunch of random ass poppers in chip land. I don't know if we're going to get anything. Be on the lookout for it. It's brewing. I see a lot. Again, check like STX, TXN. They might be moving with it. No. Okay, if those start going, though, you'll know something's up. But they're going in segments. Qualcomm a little. Some of them just look newsworthy. Nothing's came out, but just letting you know. Buyout rumor AES on Bloomberg. AES core is not reacting at all. I haven't seen that hit the wire yet. I like the Google too. Because again, like I'm telling you, Google and the government thing, I think it says a lot. Trump talking outside of White House. MT Newswire. I'll double check that one. I do. Trump is going to Texas. But yeah, you might start getting Trump caught. I think that's what that fucking chip shit was. And Nvidia. Yeah, silver and gold, all those plays we have, like Bitcoin, silver, told you guys a while ago, they've rocketed up right when we bought them. Then they went like break even, slightly negative for a little bit over the month, and then instantly they all just rocketed back. So do something with them or keep holding, but we got a lot of time on both of those. Remember, I made sure both of those plays covered all of summer. I'm trying to see another one right now. Okay. RDY for the, I'll have to double check. Reddit wire. All right, baby. We got good ones. Humble business. Yo, man. Thank you. Yesterday, even this morning, bro. And James Cash, he threw in a late one as we switched videos yesterday. I couldn't even comprehend it. My man, NNE2 and TJX on the high. Good morning. Look at the Chad. Chad, baby. Kidding me? Thank you, my friend. Humble business, Habibi. Ishkorak, Habibi. Ishkorak. I think I'm gonna make another play. What? Dude, I'm like, you guys I'm shopping. And then I look over, and then I see 10, and then a peach! Oh, Peach Nation. And Jay Carter. Oh. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Disgusting. The Chad. Wait. Weren't you guys supposed to be super offended? Wait, I thought I called all of you guys idiots. No. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what's happening? Oh. They don't feel you, bro. They don't get it. Oh, thank you, my friends. You know that? Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you for even showing love. The fact that you don't even hear me. You can't. That's why you thanking me. It's amazing. Imagine. Wow. God bless you. No, thank you. And if you're thankful for me, I love it. And thank you for you. And thank you for being thankful, because that doesn't happen. Thank you for actually listening. Thank you. Amen. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang met with Canada FM in Malaysia. All right, let me make a play real quick now. That's amazing. What do you guys think? Time or no time? That's my dilemma right now, because I think it could work with either. But obviously more time is better, but then too far out the money is worse. Oh, Lizzie! Woo! Oh yeah, we should put up BA. Time, they said time. Well, that is what got me out of the other one, so maybe. I think I'm gonna be done for the day until I get what's it called? Until I get but yeah, I think I like it. Unless we get like one of those news things, or maybe we spot one of those glitches, you know? Then we could go from there. I don't know if that glitch will ever hit again. That was kind of crazy yesterday. Actually, I have even more crazy ideas, brothers. So maybe I do make one more play. But no, I have an idea, but we're gonna wait. Tell us what you're playing respectfully. How is that respectful? If I told you many times I don't want to tell you. Because people clearly don't hear me. I don't. How is that respectful? I don't know. I'm gonna try that. Did I ever tell you about that one time I went to... Dude, did I tell you that one time I got assaulted at a car dealership? And it, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like, even that comment, bro, makes me hate men. You know what I'm like? You know when women are like, I hate men, I understand them. That's what I'm saying, bro, because I had that happen to me. I was at a car dealership once, and I kept telling this guy, like, listen, bro, I'm not going to do this. I was borderline, I was like, I'm not going to sleep with you, bro. Okay? And I said, do you understand that? He kept saying that. I was like, I'm not buying this. If I'm going to do this, I need this done. And he was like, yeah, no problem. And I said, so you promise me that you're not going to try to do this. I'll stay if that's the case, but you promise. Because I said, once you do that, I'm not going to do it. And then he was like, yeah. And then, bro, like 1 hour later, he does exactly. And I'm like, you mother... And I got assaulted. Here, hold on, though. This one. Yeah, and ripping... I do like Intel. I think Intel, I was saying it from last year around like 2026. That's when I think the recovery will come into play. So the good news is that you got 6 months knocked out. So maybe one more quarter, and then before you know it, I think, you know, the turnaround might start materializing. Inshallah, Habibi, inshallah. Neo, Boeing. Neo is up a decent amount. In a weird way, I think Archer's been getting more hype. As wild as that sounds. Oh no, the yen is getting killed right now. That's not good. It would have been faster if I was the CEO, yeah. But I'm glad, bro. God is good, man. Because if I became CEO, I don't think we would be getting a farm. So, it's meant to be, bro. Meant to be. Illumina. Core Weave still... Dude, it's crazy because Core Weave got an upgrade today. So imagine... we were talking about people rotating out of this and this thing selling off. But, yeah... Yeah, TOS was broken in the morning and then it's starting to work again. I don't know if it's still down. Mine stopped working, but now it is. Hood, Roblo, coin, and then anything crypto, and then even a little uranium too. Communications are down. Staples are down. Healthcare is even down. Everything is. So big tech is actually doing a little better. Big tech was down up until like right here, and now big tech is becoming the leader, or at least the NASDAQ is. It's top of the hour. Let me get you guys a checkup. So, S&P, 52 names in the green. 450 in the red. Yo, Boeing and then NSC. Remember, we saw that. And SPR. Hold on. Boeing. SPR is tied to Boeing. So they're starting to move there too. But yeah, bro, you have 50 names in the green. That's kind of nuts. 450 red. Dow Jones, 5 green, 25 in the red. Blech. NASDAQ 20 green, 80 in the red. It did not feel that bad. It's small. Maybe that's why. I mean, 0.5% is kind of big, but yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, NSC, we could have hit it if TOS was working, but remember, look at that candle. That was the first candle I called out. And now it's over here. Unity's going. UMAC. You still in the silver play? So I didn't see. This is what happens. I don't think I disrespected the other dude when I answered him. So now you're asking. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say, bro? Come on, get a long term. IBKR on the high. But silver is hitting a high. Look at that. Look at that. I don't like Newegg. Newegg was... I remember when it went crazy. I remember when that thing went crazy the first time. It's weird, so I just stayed away from it. Long term. DK! Buying my grandma's house. Wandering. Let's go. Horn. I love it. That's another crib. And good. Way to keep it in the family, too. And not sell it. You buy it. And way to save. That's what I'm talking about. To many, many more. And this is why, like, for real. And I know you hear me. You've been listening. So God bless you. You know that. Keep going. And, like, this is what I'm saying, you guys. Like, we have to secure it. So, okay? And some of you are wise. You're moving into houses. You're doing it the right way. And just as you're seeing, bro, we still keep focusing and get right back to it. But like we've talked about here, just make sure, you know, or I want you to understand, it builds up. It works into it. But now you guys you're hitting well above the prerequisite level. And that's what I'm saying, man. This is where it gets to snowball into some dope things. So with the same fervency and discipline that got you here, double down and apply as we get to the next stage, because it's only going to do it faster. So amen and good work. Trump on Powell, terrible job. Where is he? Oh yeah. Oh wait, he landed on a plane to go into a helicopter. They got him landing now. It's weird. Like, Trump uses the helicopter. Biden, they just said they had to say it was a helicopter to get him to eat his breakfast. They're like, open wide. Come on. Come on. But it's just, I don't know. We're watching the president. LMT, a big one? Oh, that's old? Oh, I was like, man, are we watching the president? Yeah, LMT, a pretty big one. Good call. It was a little wick, if that holds up, though, but $2 on decent volume. Anyone told you a cold real estate 5-year on Wednesday? I know, bro. Your boy Tyler Rutke is good, man. And I've been sending y'all some. I have a couple of things. I'm going to give you guys an update, too. And yeah, for all the Chads, bro, I love the real estate. I need, again, there's a lot of rushing. So, amen, bro. And I think we're going to do a lot more. I think, so if you guys are excited of $500 million in real estate, oh, man, we have much more work to do. The young kids are now getting on board. So, amen, amen. And LMT, again, I just kind of like the helicopter noise. Mobile down again on TOS. Yeah, email me. If you're young, though, and you type whatever you type in the chat, please verify it in the email, okay? If you're going to say you're... Because, like, literally, bro, there's old men who act young because I have given up on them already. Does that make sense? So, I know it's weird. It's really a lot to ask for, but I think you guys saw it yesterday. If you're like legit, bro, like, you know, you're sub 20 something, bro, trying to do this, verify it with me, bro. I have your back. Like, but then again, if you're not, that's weird. But, you know, I think you guys are going to do a lot of good things. I think you really can. And trust me, bro, I don't know if the young guys know this. I got an old video. I have an old video from like 7 years ago explaining one of the houses I bought with $9,000. I made like $150 on that deal, $170, I think, when it was all said and done. But people don't realize this, and the people who like to believe the other info, they're gonna tell you it's not possible. But we've even had Chads in here get houses for like $300. So just when it's all said and done, you guys have enough. And even if you don't, I think with enough years, you'll get there. Ask anybody in here, you know, even if they thought they didn't have enough, after a couple of years, before you know it, it snowballs. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you're on the younger end and you're already touching some bread, you just need to protect it, and you need to make sure it's in the right place and utilize it the right way. And if you do that, you know, from like 18 to 21 in the next couple of years, you are going to advance like at an exponential rate compared to your peers. Because a lot of people, when they get this amount of money, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, they don't think it's a lot, and then they blow it. But then if you go and double it, triple it, 10x it in this young age, and now know a way to keep growing it, oh man, it's amazing. It's amazing. LMT Senate backs F-35s. Like more? Jeez. So yeah, LMT F-35, that might run. I don't have enough info to weigh it against, though, because on the bill there's already a lot of money that was allocated. So I don't know if they're backing the same proposal, but the stock's reacting upwards on a government contract stock. It means it's higher than expected. Yeah, we got that one, and I'm gonna leave one in the top right. India foreign minister will visit China this weekend. First trip in 5 years. It's easy to get burnt out, I feel. I think at a younger time in my life when I didn't prioritize as well, I've been burned out for sure. But that's why I agree, get a long term right away. Start now. Start right now. And then again, you move it into houses, and this is what I've been saying. Like, bro, you guys make a couple of good moves, it's gonna add a level of security to your life. And then, so it's not one event leads into failure or success, and it's just like small good decisions is gonna add up and is gonna put you on a path of a lot easier decisions. Trump on whether he'll fire Powell. No. My email is tradingfraternity@gmail.com. RTX is even getting some juice. So again, you're getting LMT and they're talking about F-35s, but now even RTX is moving. Canada called yesterday after the letter was sent. That's the thing. You gotta do the balance, though. This is the thing. I'm not against the corporate world. I'm all about how to use your money. Because again, even when we made the first ever long term for this channel, when I try to show everybody, I use the example that you worked at McDonald's. Because I always said it. I said, if you work at McDonald's, I think I can make you a millionaire. I believe in that. I've said it years and years ago, and I don't think we've had people work at McDonald's, but we've had similar situations. But I've seen people go from Domino's to owning a Domino's and owning a property, but I haven't seen McDonald's per se. But this is the whole logic I was talking about, where you don't have to not do certain things, and it's not like I want you to make money and make as much money as possible and utilize your time, but it's now what you do with the money that you make while you're making money. And this is all again, part-time. If you made $36,000 a year and saved 10% of it, or $24,000 a year, this is what it would look like. So you're going to find a way to get out of the corporate life, and you'll find a way to either move into your own business or the highest position of the corporate life. But until then, stack up, grow it while you're working. So now your salary is actually way more because we're investing it properly. And then as we apply it to real estate too, that has the same effect. And then you just keep going. So it's what you do with it. And that's the thing. So it's not like we have to go one or the other. It's about, okay, I kind of call it eating shit. Because I've been there. You have to eat shit for a little bit. You're not going to like it. You're going to work. You're going to sacrifice a little. But now we're putting it in a real place that will really work, though. You see what I'm saying? It's not a pipe dream. It's not going to be a gamble. It's like legit. And that's why it offers a level of hope and certainty with it. But it's just about putting it to work a couple years before you know it, by saving diligently and putting it in a way to grow it, and it actually grows. Again, we produced a year of work, a year of savings in 4 to 5. And then you just keep going. You put in the house, that'll parlay, and ta-da. So yeah, don't worry about the job. Let's worry about what we do with the money from the job. And if we play our cards right there, that will lead into the advancement. So let's get it, baby. I guess Trump worked at McDonald's. Maybe that counts. I guess technically. All right, on the record. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, even if you make 20% since watching, bro, it's amazing. But we want longevity. That's the beauty. We want the money to be there. We want it to grow adequately. And it doesn't. I want this to always work. You see what I'm saying? I come back to this my whole life. It's always there. You got to do it adequately, properly. That's why don't stretch your money to extraordinary gains. Don't try to make the money do things it wasn't designed to do. And if you do that and you play it accordingly, I mean, It works. Nvidia sells more than 36 million, catches Warren Buffett in net worth. Metal, oil, yeah. Commodities, they're buying a lot of drones and buying a lot of weapons. It seemed like something else in the morning, and now it's turned into defense and materials because they are all up. So I got both of those here. Silver, I don't know if it's still hitting 52-week high. Yeah, it's right there. Then SPY came up a little. Like I said, NASDAQ came up more, but today's terrible. Today is, like I'm saying, bro, 450 names red. So there's just a handful of names in the green. Worked at McDonald's for 15 years. Wow. You're getting, I don't know, are you a millionaire? I think you're going to be. I know you're already doing real estate. You grinding. I like it. I think so. That's what's up, baby. I would love to see somebody go from like part-time to like homeowner. I want to see it in real time. I've seen it in other ways, but just never McDonald's. TOS mobile went down again. Jeez. Well, I haven't had the need to use mine yet, but it did. It was finicky. Okay, more oil and energy now. Literally like 4 or 5 different. And then Futu. Where's China? China. SPY is on the high ticker. Woo! Again, SMR and nuclear, they were doing decent today. Yeah, they all kind of look the same. IONQ on the low, flushing. And then Dexcom, the medical devices failed. Some MDT still up, but the rest, not so much. And it's 7:21. We're 9 minutes shy of 1 hour in. Look at that. Coin selling. Well, watch if Bitcoin does. Again, Bitcoin was pretty active this morning. Yeah, I think you are coming down a little bit. GME pop and DJT pop, and then Unity. Yeah, DJT's going up as well. Oh, where was it? Was it Wells Fargo? Yeah, I just saw WFC on the high. And then Apple, that's going to help. Remember, Apple dragged us a little yesterday. And Nvidia's in the green. Circle on the low. Trump asked if he'll fire. Yeah, that was earlier. I want to hear the other comments. I haven't got them yet. I know they love asking him that, but it's just, at this point, it's over. I mean, I know like people have called on Powell recently, It's really weird he lied before Congress, but other than that, it's over. Like, it's 6 more months. It sucks that we're going to spend that much money, like I was saying on the watch list. You know, yesterday I put it in a funny segment. If you're insecure about your intellect, you may have not liked it. But, you know, because I've been trying to tell this to a lot of people over and over and over again. But this is why I'm saying at this point, if you got rid of Powell, it would just help this for a little bit. That's all. And what I'm showing you is the fact that for the first time since 1965, you are spending more on net interest than you are defense, which is wild. So, yeah. That's why I'm like, Powell, like, that's Powell. Do you get it? That's why I kept saying, like, I didn't think we should have cut rates in September, but then we did, and now, whether you cut rates or not, I don't think all that matters is the money supply now. That's it. Like, I think the money supply could cause inflation, nothing else. That's it. Why is it wild? I mean, you're spending more on nothing than to defend your whole entire country. Like, so interest is nothing. Like, you could ask most Eastern religions, they would say this is against God. So I'm not saying that, but with my knowledge of what I know they would say that. It's haram, habibi. This is nothing. It's interest. It's invisible. So this is all just off bar. Then the guns, the pew-pew, the defense. You haven't done that since 1965, if not ever. That's why I think it's a big deal. If anything, I'm more baffled why my generation, people slightly older, slightly younger, I don't know why they are so comfortable with this. I don't know why we want to be the generation to do this. Like I'm saying, no Americans have done this. They don't. Because it's such a waste when you're the one who controls it. That's what I'm saying. We're literally, by choice, having one of the worst financial servicing situations of any country. Why? So again, I just think at this point, I don't think rates are going to move inflation. It will a little bit, but that's it. The gavel, look at the volatility dropping. It's the bill, you guys. It's the spending. That's it. So, yeah. Now, that's why I think it's ridiculous. So, and Powell lied about Congress, about the renovations. Or he just misrepresented them. Call it what you want. The banks. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, we're just paying JP Morgan a stimulus. You're paying all the rich people. They're getting their stimulus, so is the government. So the government's paying everybody 1.7 minimum. And then all of these bankers and who own the bonds, you want to know how I know? Held to maturity. They're all going to get paid off of it. They're collecting interest. Willfully, because the government's willfully paying them more. Again, I don't think it will change your financial. That's why I keep saying this. Whether you cut rates, lower them, it's going to impact inflation for like a month or two in a small amount. That's it. We already just printed a fuck ton of money. Nothing else matters. $38 an ounce for silver? Shut up. Amazing. I've never seen, dude. This is wild. Well, I said, again, my segment yesterday was called You Effing Idiot. Honestly, most people enjoyed it. I think there's only one negative review. Because he legit thought I was talking about him when I made sure. I said, brother, I'm not speaking about you. Unless you want me to. But this is the part that breaks my heart. This is why I think that, like, Trump lied a lot about deficit spending. and why it was so politically popular. It was a good sales pitch, dog, because I wanted it. Because we just had a moment for the last like 8 months where the debt didn't go up. You only have a couple of periods where that happens, bro. This was our shot to bring it down. This was our shot to not let this go nuts, bro. And unfortunately, it resulted with that not happening. And that's why I'm saying, you guys, volatility is crushed. It makes sense. The market is reacting to something you guys don't see, and nobody talks about it. It's the spending. I've been saying this for months, so I'm not that crazy. I think I'm right. Like at this point, so God be the glory. And if I am right, it's because God is in my life, okay? Not because I'm anything. I'm a piece of shit. So amen and praise the Lord. But I don't like this, and I that's why I'm like, it changes the dynamic for the money, and I think the money dynamic has changed, you guys. I was telling you structural shift, and I don't know. I think I know now. I think it is. I think the passage 1-2 weeks later, volatility collapses. Everybody feels a certain way. You start looking one after the next. Everything's lining up. It's like the bill. You're spending money like we just got into a war, you guys. That's it. I never thought I would hear me say these words, but the Biden gravy train continues, and Donald Trump continued it. So yeah, go buy a house, get a long term. But yeah, this is, and then the interest. That's what I'm saying. At this point, maybe we save interest willfully, but it's the money, you guys. The money is, the checks have been signed, and they're gonna start going out. The COVID gravy train is continuing. Yeah, for real. I can't believe silver's at $38. So $40 is the nutty break, you guys. Amazing. That's crazy, bro. And then Wells Fargo too. But yeah, like, I need you guys to get this. This is a part of like Wall Street. It took me a minute to get this, but once I understood this, my life and my wealth changed. Money supply, you guys. That's the answer. Again, I made a fortune off MMT, and it's new, and that's why. It's just, this is like a MMT effect. You get what I'm saying? The market is just, it's going to be just covered in money. It's going to be borderline like the only thing that brings you down is an external shock, or what's the other alternative? There's one alternative that I've told you about, and you've gotten to see it. There's only one other alternative. So it's either the money just sloshes around and everybody, again, money supply, everybody feels good, or what happens? There's something that could happen, and you've already have an example of it. MMT is modern, modern monetary theory. It's this idea of deficits don't matter, because you could print your way out of everything as long as everyone's willing to accept it. This is what they did to justify central banks buying assets, controlling yield curves, and all of that. That way, that's why when they first started doing this, they were like, we're going to print a fuck ton of money. And then there was guys like me, I was still a kid, but there's guys like me who were like, no, you can't print a lot of money. It's going to debase everything, cause a lot of problems. But then they were like, no, because if the people accept it, and as long as you keep getting activity and everybody does it too at the same time, it just establishes a better baseline and puts a Band-Aid on. And with a bunch of money floating around, everybody feels good. So yeah, that was this idea that deficits don't matter. But then again, there is people from day one till today that have argued that that's wrong, that deficits do matter. It's just eventually going to hit you in the face, and then you're going to be fucked. But It's this idea you could print your way out of anything. You could run deficits as long as people are willing to buy, again, the bond sales, and other people are willing to print as well and do other things. That's where this coordination and, central banks all acting the same kind of, this is all new. This is all like what? QE 2008 shit? So that's the shit. Listen, I'll tell you now, I don't think I'd be as rich as I am without it. I hate to break it to you guys, because this is what I'm saying. This is how the banks got rich. This is how people fucking scammed and got a lot of money. Do I think I scammed? No. I think I realized the scam and I started, leeching. That's what I did. I started seeing the whales and then I just attached myself like a plankton. But this is where, again, big Wall Street. That's why I'm telling you now, the Wall Street, Jamie Dimon loves this. Of course he keeps calling for all of this. Wall Street gets $1 trillion a year stimulus just off of our fucking interest now. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is spending $1.7 a year after Biden was spending $2.7 to $1.7 a year. Like, what? So, this all reeks of MMT. But point is, when these things happen and it changes stuff, money supply. That's why when I was young buying stuff, once I realized this, I wasn't as scared, because I just knew the money was there. Like, there's just so much money. The money is what's causing the prices. The money is what's causing the changes. It's not, you throw enough money at it, there you go. And the bad situation is China. Like I told you, eventually you run into a situation where you stimulate, but then your people are so fatigued and exhausted that it doesn't have the same effect. Then the consumer goes down, real estate goes down, and now stimulus doesn't work. Welcome to deflation. Welcome to the first failure of MMT. Ta-da! That's what I'm trying to have you guys realize, is that money supply controls a lot of it. And believe me, I could rack my brain about financials and EPS and everything, but when you live in a modern era where they just dump ridiculous amounts of money, that kind of starts to supersede a lot of the financial stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? Why do you think you have so many zombie companies that still exist? Why are there so many trash stocks in the negative, not making money for decades, that are still around and they could trade and raise money and do all of that? It's MMT. It's because all this fucking money just sloshing around. That's what I'm trying. That's why you get zombies. That's why companies don't go bust. They'll just be a drag on the system and the government and everybody for 10, 20 years instead of actually failing. Ta-da! So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, eventually the money, that's why I kept telling you guys, that is going to be, I was thinking it would be the structural shift. Now watching no one's saying it, but everything I'm seeing, volatility is collapsing right now. People, all of it, there's in a weird way, a collective sigh of relief throughout the whole world was sent. And that's because we're going to spend a lot of money. Now, there is a chance it fails. Like I'm saying, 6 months from now, a year from now, something bad happens, external, consumer, I don't know, propaganda, who knows? And the consumer's like, no, I'm scared. No, I don't want to spend. And then they stimulate, and then it doesn't work. Trump spending $1.7 a year and it doesn't work, then yeah, we're in deflation. China. Okay, we're melting up here. Tech is about to go green. It's at break even. Excited to start? Well, start, baby. Start now. Again, watch yesterday's watch list. There's a lot of good stuff in there. We just talked about like a lot of different names and how to go about finding some and looking at the ones that are down on the year. And like I'm saying, there's just so many compelling cases of like, you could buy good names right now that are down 20%. So even while SPY's up 7, like, you could get some good shit. You have 200K. Should I buy another house as a rental? Yeah, or maybe buy it elsewhere or buy it in one of the cheaper areas of SoCal. This is what I've been telling everybody. Just don't rush. And I'm gonna get a razor scooter and I'll hit you in the shins if you're asking me this question and you already did it. Okay? Because that is the thing I've been telling you, I've seen in the last couple of days. And believe me, guys, I'm not mad at you. I'm not. I'm just saying that this is what I used to do when I was young. I remember my dad taught me this lesson. It was like when I wanted my first car, I would just get really emotional. And what I would start doing, I would hear what people would say. I would hear what my dad would tell me, and then I would just barrel forward. And then I started doing stuff and then asking about it afterwards. And then I was trying to force deals. He would take me to go see a car. I was trying to buy my first car. Thank God, bro. I was trying to buy such shitty cars because I was so emotional about it. And I kept trying to go ahead. So I'm not mad at you. I'm just telling you guys, I'm noticing a very obvious theme of like literally there's people asking me about things. I'll give them advice and then they'll barrel forward and then they'll ask me about what to do when it's too late and we can't change it. Or they will ask me about a scenario that they are already doing and it doesn't even matter what I'm saying. Because like I'm saying, if you already start off on the bad step, I don't want to work the problem. I don't get involved. It's too difficult. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, that's why I'm saying this, because if you got that money, obviously real estate is going to be the answer, even some good stocks, but it's all about it's letting a good deal arise, right? In hunting, setting up a process, looking every day, letting that deal come your way, knowing what is a deal, and then acting and not forcing it. So and then in the meantime, put it in good stocks little by little to grow in a safe way until you find that deal. And that's what I'm saying here is where as long as you don't rush it, you got that money, do it. But if you're already like offering on out, like if you're already operating one plan and asking me to confirm it, I don't know, because my plan I give is for all of you, and it works. And it works for almost everybody, and it doesn't require emotions or, being too impatient, where just like we put our money to work in the market until we find the deal. And once we find the deal, we go from the market to that real estate. And once that real estate deal is done, right back to the market. Or at the same time, you start rebuilding in the market. Your brother-in-law paid off his car in COVID. Got a used Chrysler 300 for some buku price. Called me and asked what I thought. I said, don't do it. He was pulling off of the lot. I know, man. I've seen that a lot recently. And like some of you have heard me. I've been yelling at people not to rush. I want you guys to get a good real estate deal. And I think month after month, it's becoming more and more compelling to get some good money in real estate. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to get y'all to rush and do dumb shit. But I've seen a lot of people ask after they've done it. And I'm not saying like they'll ask me about what I think. They're like, yeah, that's a good idea, Josh. All right, good, I'm gonna do it. And then they'll go and buy the most expensive house, be in escrow, and then ask me, hey, Josh, is this a good deal? And I'm like, well, no. And now you're in escrow, so this is just weird. But yeah, so be mindful. Do you think it could be done if you're on state benefits? I think you should be saving and buying investments no matter what your situation. And you will be able to, and then move it to a house. But at some point, if you are getting money to buy a house, I don't know if you would be qualifying for state benefits, unless it's like a certain disability or you're in military or a pension. So it just all depends. But I do think you should all save. And if, like I'm shown here, even $200-300 a month after a couple years can turn into a yearly salary and be enough for a down payment. Oh, Cortland, dude, I saw your email. I was going to forward it. I just didn't know what email to forward it to you, Mad. And then I didn't know if you were comfortable with me forwarding your email. So can I forward your email to somebody in Canada? I don't want to be disingenuous and be like, here's somebody on my team from Canada, but I just don't. I've never bought in Canada. I don't do foreign transactions. So we have somebody in Canada who's a real killer, UMAD. You may have known him from the chat, but UMAD he knows the areas. He's really good at it, and I think he could guide you a little bit more, because you sent that house. It looks like a cheap price for Canada, but like straight up, dude, I don't know the market of Canada how I do the US. I know basic stuff, but not there. So if I could forward it to him, I'll forward it, and I could get you in touch with somebody there, and he could either offer for you or just tell you if it's a good deal. But I don't have that knowledge there for Canada, unfortunately. China foreign minister calls on Australia for momentum. But yeah, are you cool with that? I'm gonna forward it right now then, if you are. UMAD is right there. UMAD, Toronto Realist. Yeah, UMAD. What email do you want me to forward it to? I don't know. That's what I was saying. I have a UMAD email. I don't know if he has like a real estate one, but I'll just send it to I'll send you his gaming email. All right, I forwarded it to him. Just reply back to that. And there you go. But yeah, it does look good. I just don't know. So he sent a condo in Canada, and it says like 3 something. It looks like a good deal. And it just listed. I just don't know. But it does say investors only. So I'm sure it needs some work, because it says you need $250K once tenant vacates. Oh, that's why. I already figured it out. No. It's tenants. I didn't read that. I just looked at the price and I was like, I don't know shit about Canada. But yeah, it's the tenants. So you probably have to buy it with tenants, and then they might either be stubborn or you can't live in it. So you're going to pay $300,000 to not live in it for however many years or however many months. It's a life lease tenancy. So I don't know how that works in Canada, because you guys are communist. So do you have to give your life to the government, or... But whatever it is, so it seems like you won't be able to live in this house, or you're going to have to deal with these renters for a minute. That's why they're giving you $300,000 off. That's what it seems like. It seems like they are aware that they are giving away $250,000. But to put it in perspective, it may mean that that person in the house is destroying $250,000 of value. So, yeah, hit them up though. UMAD, contact it on behalf of Cortland and get some more info. Let's see. That's what I'm saying though. This is why I want you guys with a good agent, and I want you guys like curious and ambitious, because all you got to do is call. Again, the other day, this week, I asked if a guy would take a Range Rover for a property. So what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? You just want to figure it out and see. And that's why I told you guys though, once you hear back, then you know what's legit. Then you'll know what they're willing to do or not. And then we'll know if it's in the ballpark, or we just walk away and rinse and repeat. Let's find another. That house has some maple squatters. Sounds like they could live there for their life. It does. Sounds like a rent control. KD on the low, and then SPY kind of chilling. We have been up since that drop, but it's early. And then Roblo ripping. We don't have a call center. We have like a couple people who do calls, but it's not like a real call center. It's more like individual, just working with investors and agents that we give them leads and then they call, hot and cold follow-ups. But I want to get that phone line set up at the compound. That I am gonna do. So then I need so Benny, you need to come out for the drone. And then does anybody know how to film commercials? I need like a video producer for commercials, because we need to make a long-term ranch commercial for every time I go to the bathroom. So every time I go to the bathroom, I want my commercial to come up where it's me on the ranch, you know? And then I show like animals, and then I show Chad's working hard, you know? And I'm like, for $1.99 a day, you could support your local Chatadonia here at Long Term Ranch. You see what I'm saying? And then like kind of like the Franklin Templeton ads that you get. I'm gonna just make my own ad, and then I'll have a phone number. I'm like, donate today, and I'm gonna make you feel bad. That's the whole point. I'm gonna show you like animals in dire situations. It's just gonna look dire. They're super happy. And right, I'm gonna cut to Chad's at his computer, and he's like stressing out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you could have your impact today for just 99 cents a day. You could support Long Term Ranch. And then it'll go, and then we'll cut, and then you see what I'm saying? And then we'll have the phone number scrolling on the bottom. And so I need someone to help me with that. Yeah, I'm gonna have my own ads. Why not? I know PETA might get mad. They have a monopoly on that. I want to show you guys like a rendering. Here, let me show you one. I'm gonna just show you a port. It's here. This is a mock rough draft, so you don't get to see the whole property. This is just one little lot of it. So this is why maybe we could do some RVs or cars. I think I'm gonna change that. This, I had one little event thing, but we're gonna turn this to the basketball court, I think, temporarily. And then yeah, so this is the main gate you got, and then you gotta drive up this, and then we already have like the fire pit. I forgot what goes here. And then this is so you ready are you ready for this? Well, yeah, I hate to break it to you guys. There's a lot of rocks. So you guys don't know what's gonna happen? Just, I'm telling you, one of the activities, 1 hour a day, we are gonna be doing rock removal. Okay? I'm just letting you know. Just if you're here on the early days, we got work to do, guys. We need rock removal, brush clearing. Oh, yeah, no. I'll be there with you, but we're going to do an hour a day of manual labor if I got 50 motherfuckers on property. What are you saying? Do you think I'm an idiot? What, 50 people, including myself? Yeah, we going to exercise, we going to get a tan, and then we going to fucking get some clearing out, bro. So yeah, but there's that. But then here's this one. So right now there's like an actual ring. So this is already made for animals. And hear me out. I don't know, man. Inflatable bull. Like one of the ones that you like try to stay balanced on. And then basketball court. And then I don't know what we're gonna do here. Here you could do RV or cars. And then, yeah, I don't know. Rock removal, we'll see. Yeah, mechanical bull. Golden bull? Okay, you heathen. May the Lord be with you. He said, worship a golden calf! No! That's how, come on, bro. You got to read the Bible. You don't know. That's, man. All right, coming down a little bit. Depending on the rocks, people may buy them from you. There's a guy down the street who sells rocks. I saw that, but I don't know if we got good enough rocks. His rocks are like, he cuts them up. So I don't know if, unless we cut them. Mr. Gentile, how are you? Gentile. Yeah, well, I don't know. That's why I'm saying I got like a little mock rough draft, and then I got to take it to whoever's the architect, but I'm just trying to see so I don't fall behind. I just want to make sure once we take the property, I could get stuff in there. Because even then, you guys got to realize, like, if it doesn't work as a cult compound, this thing is gonna kill it on Airbnb. So that's why I gotta get it'll be ready for either or. Architect video game. Yeah, you do. There's a lot. Even AI can do a lot. It's just you need a legit architect to sign off on plans if you want them approved. That's just like the thing. So you could even get them mocked up in very weird ways, but ultimately a real architect has to sign off if you need approval or if you want approval. Wow, you could come with a caravan of legal Guatemalans. Wow. that is some offer. But we do need one person to still live there if I get animals. For now, until I get an animal, but that's the thing. If I want to take Homeboy's pig, like, I either have to live there for a little bit or I need somebody to take it. Doves, hawks, and black swans for the ranch. I don't know if we're allowed to have hawks, but we might be able to do doves. And a black swan is pretty dope. Don't post the strike price. Calm. Raphael, my brother, do you not remember what happened yesterday? You did the same exact thing, and I called you out for it. Remember when I was like, why do you keep bringing up a stock, a random shit stock, and then you'll say something pumping it? Not like a real pump, but you're like, ooh, like, you know? And you did that. This is your third day in a row. So you had some good conversation earlier, bro. I said I'll ban you yesterday. I'm going to time you out, but can you stop it? I would love to help you get real estate and get over that job and make it, you know, be a good thing for you. But I'm telling you something very clearly and you keep violating it. So like I said yesterday, I should ban you right now. So please, bro, you seem like a cool dude. I'm not trying to, you know, exclude you, but I don't want your questions to lead to people losing money. You know what I'm saying? Because like you 3 days in a row, you're bringing up these names, and again, everybody makes their own decisions. I get that, but you know, like kind of making it sound intriguing and then posting a play, and then you know what I'm saying? It's not good. Not good at all. If you want to play it, play it. You know what I like, and yeah, and I try to be I don't even think it was a hint. I was very clear with homeboy. So I got to talk to you today about your ambitions, and you seem like a real person. So don't do this again. I don't know. This is my last warning, but that was what you got yesterday. At this point, yeah, you're not gonna hear me say anything next time. I'm just gonna ban it, and no one's gonna hear shit. All right, bro? So let's get it. Be real if you really want it. Long-term stocks we own for 10 years minimum. Go to this channel and hit the post tab. You'll see it. Hertz, Popper. Russia Lavrov arrives in North Korea. Google, is it up or down? Up, yeah. Google's killing it. Dude, I'm telling you, the government thing is, I think it's leading into something. Oh, no worries, bro. You're never, I don't expect any of you to ever apologize. I do expect you to be aware of what is going on and for you to correct it if it doesn't align. That's it. But if you do that and you're still here, you don't gotta ever apologize. So you'll be fine. And I appreciate it though. The original owner bought, no. Is a lot, that's the shit part you're gonna realize. Not all of the land is usable yet. So there's a lot of usable land, but we have to like add some work. Good thing we have a cult, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see who could hang. Fridays are usually slow. So, I mean, this whole week was slow. It was all about firing Powell and a couple of other things. Hertz still going. TTD on the low. Kind of flushing. It has a pond. I want to say the pond is like, I want to say it's like 8 feet deep. Because like if I stood in it, it was dry. It was dried out. And I wanted to stand in it, but it was too much. But it was taller than me. Like way taller. But it's not like a real pond. It was just like, it only fills up when it rains. The land is flat. Yeah, there's a lot of flat land. There's some elevated, some sloped. There's a lot of usable land, but there is like, there's a decent amount that's just rocky. So you could, and usually that's what costs the most amount of money to like level. Shit, where I don't, dude. So that wasn't OKC. I don't know. It looked beautiful, bro. I know Microsoft went red to green, R and A on the high. And then bonds are dropping too. AAP going. Merck is collapsed. CRM. Yeah, we talked about, I like CRM, bro. I think it needs to go down a little more, but the no coupon bond ideas. Last time I heard that, they were trying to sell the ETF. So I'm not a fan of that. I think no coupon, you're just trying to play the odds of rate cuts eventually. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, the Treasury will stop coupon bonds? Oh, I haven't heard that. That'd be crazy. I mean, how would that work? You get paid at the end of maturity, all the coupons instead, or are they saying just no coupon at all? That would save some money, but I don't know. I still don't think I agree with that. I would have to look into that. I did not hear about that. Amazon was popping with that Google candle earlier, but now Google's down, and yeah, Amazon's still going. No, Amazon's kind of coming down though too. And then Airbnb a candle. You know, Palantir's #1 on the S&P in terms of gains this year. Equal weight's down almost 1%. But yeah, again, it makes sense. Like we said, 450 names are red. I think that's still the case. We're at the top of the hour now. Yeah, Dow Jones did a little better. You got 9 names green, 21 in the red, 25 green on the NASDAQ, 75 red on the S&P, 86 green on the SPY, 417 red. Hormel dying. HRL. What the fuck is that? That's food. Check ADM and BG. So I want to say it's dropping with everything else, but 5% is big. Hormel. Again, you had Conagra yesterday. HRL down 4. I don't see anything on Hormel. I'm going to check if they have an event, but yeah, that's pretty big. Big volume. It looks like something's happening from the way the volume ramped up to the size of the move. No, nothing. Yeah, it is like that in a lot of places. The expensive houses take longer to sell, but the cheap ones are still selling very, very quickly. All right, SPY about to go to VWAP. You bought your first Palantir on IPO with me. Made 6 shares free. I had no idea. Kept researching DCS. That was a good one, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know there's plays that I had and didn't get to, but bro, some of the shit that we covered early is insane. And I know some of you have it, Because if you were listening, like, I only got rid of Palantir for taxes. It's so sad. And I showed you guys my tax stuff just this week. So you see why I had to do it, but damn. But yeah, that one, there's a lot that worked wonders. Even then, you guys were buying NVIDIA right after Meta. Some of you didn't buy Meta, but you heard us. And, you know, during those moments, you guys were locked in and early. If you, there's IRM, there was Uber. I think Uber is Uber was a 500%er. Talking $20 to 100. Like, what? So there's a lot of good ones, man. So that's why I'm very glad, and I look forward to the future. You know, God willing, I think we're going to have a lot more in store, but this is also, too, I need you guys to get property. Turn it into that, and we're going to parlay them both, and you'll see, and you'll really thank me. And I think we'll become really powerful in the long run and be around a lot of owners, and we'll own a lot of the market, own a lot of the land, and like I'm saying, I think you will appreciate it a lot more once you really lock in, as you already have, but like double down on it in a better way. So it's amazing. Everything was disgusting. It's disgusting that I have 10, 20 plays that were ridiculous, that for long term. It's disgusting how many bottoms that we've bought perfectly, and the fact that we keep on doing it consistently for years. You know, that's why I always say, finger to the sky, to God be the glory, baby. That's it, man. It's ridiculous, bro. You know, so, and for free. All free 99, baby. In the middle of the hardest moments. So, like I'm saying, give God the credit. And there's a lot out there. That's why all you got to do is little by little, step by step, man. Just stay in the game. That's what. All you got to do. Stay alive. Stay in the game. You're going to be good, baby. You're going to be good. JPM. That's what I'm saying. You know, and it's easy. The people who don't like me, they like to focus on Snapchat, Airbnb, go big con. You know, there's 5 fucking names. What about the other 15 that were all hitters? So, amen, bro. Amen. But let's do more. God is good, bro. And I think God is amazing. And the God I believe in is a God of, I didn't think he was going to do that. I didn't think it would be that big. Tell me that's not what you're saying with Palantir and every other one. Yeah, exactly. Amen. What up, Jake from State Farm? Woo! Or not. How you living, baby? Oh, I love it. I know Snap was a write-off, and we got to get a profit off cover calls on a different year that I took a different write-off with. Woo! Take from State Farm. The coin. Maybe we do the coin. Core weave. Gold is still going. Again, dude. Silver. Spot silver is at 30. How much is a 1 ounce eagle now? An eagle has to be for like $60, right? APP and hymns on the low. Chad saying oil. Spies at VWAP. So I might want to move. No, bro. Silver is... I say this every $2 it goes. You know what I'm saying? From 30 to like 35, I go, oh. 35 to 30, I go, oh. So... because I've never seen these, bro. I'm telling you. The first time I told you guys we made the play, I made the video. I was like, dude, anytime I've seen silver this high, it was a whole different world. It was nothing like this. So I don't know. It's pretty baffling to watch 30. I don't know if I'm a silver. I own a lot of silver. I have hundreds of ounces, but I don't think like I've never been too big of a fan, but I am baffled about how high it is. I've never seen it like that. With the only other time, fucking everybody was losing left and right. Fucking Iraq. George W. Bush was the president. That was the only other time. That's it. I think Obama was technically, but it felt like George W. last time silver was ever at like that, bro. It's crazy. 49.95 for a 1 ounce eagle. I see one at 32, almost gone. Yeah, once the 1 ounce eagles get to 60, that's crazy. So yeah, that means it needs to get to like $50. Crazy. Two. Okay, bigger red. You're right at VWAP, and you had some of those, and then you got a couple things like SLV. The JPY carry trade, it will become an issue. It's kind of been resolved, depending on how you want to define resolved. Yo, Pulte Homes, PHM, 40-cent pop, about 0.5% on volume, coming in right now. Could be nothing, though. Don't overreact. It's Friday. But, yeah, like, once the rates start coming down in Japan, or I said it the other day, and I don't, no one's talking about this, but think about it. Fed is saying 2 more rate cuts by the end of the year. Still. What happens if we get more rate cuts or sooner rate cuts? And then the rates in Japan are high, and then the U.S. rates drop. What do you think is going to happen? So that does affect the carry trade, and it will affect Japan to a certain degree. Baba, we just gotta wait. Yeah, Yang's on the high. We just gotta wait for the whatever hype they come out with. Again, something related to the stimulus. Canada, the next one not to cut. Yeah, but then again, if everybody does stop cutting, maybe we do. But like I'm saying, if we start cutting, just let me put it this way simply. If we start cutting more than we are already forecasting or faster than we're already forecasting, I don't think anybody's ready for that. And not in like buy stock sense, I mean in a Japanese yen sense. Is that right now I don't think everyone's talking about every theory but that. And that if that did happen, that would change the incentive to keeping money, and it would incentivize moving money abroad and back home. So that's, I think, the easiest way to look at it. Yeah, the rate cuts will unleash that money, 100%. That's what I was, but that's why I'm not, in a weird way, like, I mean, let me put it this way. Maybe I could put it in a video on the trading fraternity. But I am starting to believe that inflation is going to come back. Believe it or not. But it has nothing to do with tariffs. That's the problem. Everything I'm saying has a lot of continuity if you've been listening to me. But I think I'm just patient, and I've gotten the data now. But I could still be early and wrong. But I'm starting to entertain a world of more inflation now Because, yeah, you know the answer. It's government spending. I said this from day one, you guys. During Biden, they said transitory or supply chain. Then you weren't allowed to talk about it because you were a fascist. Under Trump, they were saying tariffs. It didn't make any sense. What do you mean tariffs? For a deflationary trend is going to cause inflation? Fuck you. But yeah, the 1.7 a year, volatility crush, debt, interest, all of it. It's like, it's money. So I see that as causing inflation. I think it always was government spending. So now that it's there, I can't deny it. So I do entertain that now. Yeah, it may be the Volcker. That's what I'm saying. In a weird way, the whole inflation waves theory is coming back. And it's not because of the economy. It's because of the government. That's the crazy part that I did not see coming. Because I thought it would be a result of trade. And I thought it would have been more of a result of like government first, then people fuck it up, and then government responds. But no. So the gravy train rolls. But yeah, that's why I do start to believe that a little bit more. So that's why if the rates change or whatever, I mean, just tie it into demand of dollars as well. And then, yeah, we'll see. And then if it doesn't work, deflation. Absolutely more inflation and the government wants it. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I wish I could say they didn't want it, but I don't know. And then at the end of the day, it's like, I don't think it's guaranteed. I'm still on that, but if you have been listening, you should pay attention to my, how I'm not stopping on a thought. Do you get what I'm saying? This whole year, end of last year till now, we're moving. My ideas, everything, we're not staying in one place. We're holding on to very key foundational elements, but then notice we got to move with it. We're not here to just get stuck on one idea as everything is still changing rapidly. But that's why I'm like, I wasn't worried about inflation on tariffs. I'm still not worried. I don't think tariffs will cause inflation. I think a bunch of out-of-touch old people spending $2 trillion can. And that right there is and you're watching now the volatility. Wall Street kind of is admitting it without telling everybody. So that's where I slowly start to lean there. But revenue generation, if the money just goes to Wall Street and doesn't trickle down, that could limit some of it, but other stuff like housing and all that could do there. Well, the money on the sidelines, that's why now, cut rates, that money's going to start coming out. That's the trend people don't realize. If you're like, oh, the money market, all the cash, they're going to buy. No, they're not. They only buy when rates come down. Go look historically for the last 50 years. The money market only comes down when rates come down. That's it. So that money people will start spending and buying more houses and stocks gradually once the rates start coming down. But then again, if the government is also spending, ta-da! Powell cuts rates, the houses will go wild. Yes and no. Because I'll tell you there is a scenario that if Powell cuts rates while jobs are cratering, I would not expect your house to go up. So no, most people don't think that will happen. Because right now, like I'm saying, even in this environment, it doesn't mean weak labor market, unfortunately. That's the sad part, because that means everything's running hot. So you could have a stubborn labor market, i.e. it doesn't move much up or down in the next 4 years. So, but if you had a rate cut paired with a weak jobs market, I would not like that, and neither should you. because that would probably mean the rates need to incentivize something, and that would probably have more negative consequences to feed through. ABVE. Oh, is this the one buying out or buying somebody? Yeah, I think it would affect real estate like 2 years later if the jobs market was weak. But if the jobs market is strong and they cut it, then yeah, then I think it'll go up. The markets will react bad to inflation data or not. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter what the market does. What matters is if inflation is actually high or not. You see what I'm saying? How do you think we fucked everybody up this 6 months? By playing on that. You see what I'm saying? So you don't need to go ahead. Like, who cares if the market reacts to data? What really matters is what is the data. Like I'm telling you, I could tell you what's going to happen to real estate if I see what Powell does and what the jobs do. I don't care what anybody on Wall Street tells me. I have gotten to that point now, and I will be correct in the Lord Christ Jesus, if that is his will. But like I'm saying, it doesn't require, I don't need to look at the prices moving to see the macro. That's the beauty of the macro. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank God, really. That's why I love Jesus, bro. And thank God that macro doesn't really, it's not going to get dictated too much by micro prices or micro events unless we start getting like 1987 or Great Depression, where prices, funding markets get so cratered, it does affect your economy and macro. But I'm more worried about just the economy. Like I'm saying, the inflation. So like, that's why we'll notice it. You'll start with that inflation starts rocketing up and getting sticky. Like I'm telling you, that government spending, we'll know it. But if it doesn't, then we got to start seeing, well, maybe the growth is working, but I think you will just have the same inflationary environment you have now, just higher 2s and 3s, maybe a little higher, houses and living costs still double, and then it'll go from there. But if you start to notice that gets higher, the consumer really starts slipping, then we could start rolling the ball down any which one of these hills and see which way we're going. Lula will fight U.S. tariffs on Brazil not to take effect, but if U.S. tariffs take effect, we will reciprocate. He said that yesterday, but I see those coming out right now on the wire. Trump is misinformed. U.S. does not run a trade deficit with Brazil. That's what he said. I mean, SPY did this earlier. We had that right before Euro dump in the VWAP. Then we bounced, and then, yeah. Actually, no, it's Euro right now. 4 minutes. 39 on the silver futures. Dog. What? Silver, bro. I know, yeah, we are going to hear from Mexico. Google still. But yeah, Mexico, Canada, they're going to come in as a pair. That's why it doesn't matter one or the other. But what they both do, that's going to be important to us. But then EU, China is the other pair that matters. Because if you get EU, China, no Canada, Mexico, who gives a fuck? We're fine. And then if you get good China or good Mexico, good Canada, but then bad China, bad Euro, you're not going to be okay. So it all just depends. And then everybody else is just, I think it's already, market can handle it. Or you're already familiar with it. I know a lot of people were talking XRP today. Shit, I was ripping. Baba launches AI web chat bot. How do I order a sample? But thank you. I'll be here. Actually, I gotta go pee. So Euro close, stand up, get a workout in. Otherwise, listen, bro, if you don't get a workout in, it's gonna work you out. You know that, right? That's it. I'm just telling you, better move around. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude, never mind. My legs hurt. Bro, my legs are still sore. You know that? From leg day 2 days ago. AMD and Micron on the high. Pepsi on the low. Bro, my legs are sore. And then I got kneed. Some guy kneed me in the calf yesterday. Playing basketball. He fucking kneed me. So now my, it's like, you know what I'm talking? You know, like when you get a dead leg? Every time I take a step, I feel him kneeing me. Oh. Dead horse, that's what it is. The dead horse. I remember that. It's terrible, bro. But yeah, stand up. I'm going to go pee. And I'll be back. So follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. And then soon in person at Long Term Ranch. Name still pending. Thank you.
Ahead of its 10 years.
I'll be right back.
A lot of investors kind of were starting to give up on it, guys.
Do you think, I mean, if you're looking for catalysts in the last few weeks, Tanad, you think the Circle IPO was a big part of it?
Yes, definitely. I think the Circle IPO gave reasons for investors to be interested in crypto beyond just the price of Bitcoin, which, you know, I don't want to say it's become boring, but there's just so much risk removed from it. People aren't afraid of it anymore. We have, you know, Congress making headway on legislation. The White House is very much behind it. And Circle really gave, you know, the rest of the market a reason to care about the use cases that the crypto industry is always looking to, you know, prove to the world beyond the price of Bitcoin.
Yeah, a fascinating moment where you had that asset class kind of collide with equities, and that did feed a lot of, just generated a huge flywheel of interest. Tanea McKeel on an interesting week for crypto, thanks. Let's stick with crypto on a name that's often traded in tandem with those digital assets. That's Robinhood. Now some new headwinds might lead to a potential decoupling. For that, we'll turn to our Mackenzie Sagalos with that story. Morning, Mackenzie.
Hey, good morning, Carl. Robinhood shares actually hitting a fresh time high this morning, up more than 150% this year as Bitcoin hits a new record and crypto-linked stocks rally, but fresh headwinds could test that momentum. Florida's AG has opened a probe alleging that Robinhood misled users by claiming to offer the lowest cost crypto trading. The issue centers on payment for order flow, which the AG says can lead to worse prices for customers. Robinhood tells CNBC that its disclosures are best in class and that it offers the lowest average cost. There's also backlash after Robinhood rolled out a 25% staking fee for U.S. users. While that is in line with Coinbase, it's still drawing criticism. Meanwhile, CEO Vlad Tenev is leaning into its tokenized stock offerings in Europe, which give users exposure to firms like OpenAI via SPVs. OpenAI has pushed back, warning the tokens don't represent real equity, a point that Tenev himself has acknowledged, though SEC Chair Paul Atkins recently called the model an innovation. Still, one major bright spot for investors: momentum from Trump's newly signed law creating government-seeded investment accounts for newborns, a program that Robinhood says that it's already prototyping. Guys?
Well, that's exciting, Mackenzie. Thank you for the update. Appreciate that. Time now for a news update, and Silvana Hanau brings that to us. Hello, Silvana.
Hey, Contessa, good morning to you. President Trump will make what he calls a major statement about Russia on Monday. He made the comments in an interview with NBC's Kristen Welker when he also confirmed that
we got to talk about pot. All right, come on, you guys. Come on, Bloomberg, CNBC. You guys need to get the people the segments they need. Okay, you guys, that's why they stopped listening to you. Okay, I'm going to tell my people about pot today. Why am I going to tell them about pot? Because it's politically relevant. So, first thing, I'm going to speak to the pot people. Okay? I don't support this at all. And I think it's wrong. But you do whatever you need to do. But here's the deal. As of recent events, the price of pot is going to skyrocket. Do you guys know that? Are you all aware of that or no? We talked about it a little yesterday with the taxes, but I don't know if you're aware, and I don't know how this will benefit or hurt some of you, but the price of pot is about to skyrocket. Why? Because they are doing raids on marijuana farms. So that's what you saw yesterday. I don't know if you saw protests and all of that, but yeah, they're raiding marijuana farms. And this is where it gets weird, because then you have people and they're all saying, they're like, oh, they're strawberry pickers and they're helping. I'm like, wait, they're all marijuana farms. Like, so literally it's like, wait, what? So yeah, it's an interesting effect, but there's people in the pot game who are already saying that like inventory is going to dry up a little bit. So the price is probably going to go up. And then now you have like people trying to say Donald Trump's going to use the drug thing to defend it. And then the liberals are going to say that you're deporting strawberry pickers, but it's literally weed farms. But yeah, so that was a story in the last 48 hours. I think it could be why MSOS, but then also the bill. There's been a lot of weed stuff in the bill and people trying to move towards that. But just as a commodity, I do think the price is going to go up a little bit as a result if they keep cracking down on these farms. Yeah, but you could grow weed anywhere. I mean, that's why it's called weed. Let's do cult cannabis. No, man. That's it. But let me tell you this, man. If I wanted to sell all of these things of the world, I would make so much money. You know that? And I hope you realize I don't want to, because I think you're valuable, okay? I don't want you to develop an addiction. It sucks when people lose their money, their time, their future to just shit that they can't control. And guess what? I know people can control it. You know that, right? I could control my weed. I know, but not everybody's the same. You may be strong in something that your brother is weak in, and you may be weak in something your brother is strong in. So, you know, what a great peril to anybody that leads one of the child into sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, really, like, think about it. Because I do not want that cinder block around me. But that's what I'm saying. It's tempting, and, you know, people want to get mad at you. People, you know, you guys would love it. If I could sell you weed, I could sell you nicotine. I would make millions a month. And I know people who do it. You know, even, you know, some of the Chads are in unsavory businesses and they make a fuck ton of money. But at the end of the day, and I don't judge you guys. But I will tell, if you do make a lot of money doing the wrong thing, or if it's something that, you know, could fuck with someone's life, I'll just tell you very simple. What my mom told me, bro. What good is it to have the whole world if you lose your soul? So just always remember, you gotta take care of your brother. And who is your brother? I'll let you figure that out. All right? But yeah, it just all depends though. Everybody's different, and at the same time though. So no weed. We're not gonna have any weed at the thing, and I could talk about it. I'm not afraid to, and I know people do it. It's just like sex. So, you know, I'm not afraid of it. We don't have to shy away from it. But at the end of the day, I don't want to sell it to you, and I do think, you know, I think you guys need to prioritize. You need to prioritize your goals financially. I need to secure the arc right now for all of us. You see what I'm saying? Let's smoke weed afterwards. Smoke weed in celebration if you insist. But, you know, have your drink in celebration after we're done. But for now, prioritization. Be very deliberate and pragmatic about what you want and what is coming first. And what are you practicing? You know, think about it. Practice. Anything you do every day, you're practicing. Wow. NVS did. I saw a headline. Someone joined the board, I believe. I had Pepsi up there, just started flushing. We didn't figure out what was going on with the food ones. Yeah, Novartis added somebody to the board. You are get this? Are you shout out? Thank you, baby. Shout out the lurkers. Let's go. Especially the real lurkers. They made it through it all, and they listen, though. They listen. You can't be a lurker if you don't actually listen. That's what I've learned recently. Google doesn't have any news, but it was in the morning. I think I made a play on it, and then I said it 3-4 times, you guys. So, if you were listening, you should have picked up on it. But Google, they had a government contract thing in the morning. They were saying that they're going to discount government services. So anytime that happens, I'm going to guess, I'm gambling, it's speculation, but I'm guessing that that's the first step in another deal. And that's going to be the first step that leads to something good for Google and the government. So that's why I think it's doing it, but nothing in real time as of right now. Hey, I'm Dizzle. Finally off work. Oh, did you do graveyard, bro? Well, good morning, good night. Get some rest in, if anything. I mean, it's Friday, so we don't have any crazy events. You could just set up your plays for next week and go back to bed if you really wanted to, bro. Christian. What up, big dog? You inspired a lot of 19-year-olds yesterday, Christian. You know that? They were like, what? Josh giving special treatment to the young people who actually have discipline and are making good decisions? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, then they were dog. I said like 5 young dudes hit me up, bro. 5 to 7 of them. It was beautiful, bro. Beautiful. So, good work, man. And let's get it. I look forward to it. I still remember, you got 30 days, Christian. I want to see you in 30 days. And I want to see if you stick to it. That's my first little one. And after that, we'll get into options. But if you can't do that, then fuck that. You're going to run across somebody and he'll be like, I'll tell you options. Give me $1,000. Yeah. I'll share. You want to see it? I'll tell you options. I'll show you options. Yeah, So watch out. It's your choice, though. It's your choice. It's the beauty of life. Caleb Hammer dropped a video. Why are you posting other channels in here? Caleb Hammer I don't like him. I like him, but I don't like him. I have a trouble listening to people who tell me about discipline that don't have discipline. I just can't do it. It pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? It's like a reverse pastor thing, but I'm not gonna. So, no. You violated the other rule, though. Don't post other shit in here, please. Thank you. Vertical Google. You heard it here first, brother. Like a Gen Z version of Dave Ramsey? No, I respect Dave Ramsey. I can't. The Hammer guy reminds me of like a body positive personal trainer. Have you seen those? They have that. You know that? There's trainers on Instagram that are body positive trainers. What does that mean? That means you hire a trainer to work out, but to not get any progress. It's the weirdest thing ever. So, yeah, that's it. You do like the no BS attitude. I do too, but when you say stuff and it doesn't show the fruit of what you say, believe, and all of that, I'm going to view you as a false prophet. That's how I view it. I like what he says and I like what the clips I've seen, but he doesn't say something. The one thing he doesn't say says everything. And I can't, and I'm like, how? That doesn't make any sense, especially with money. And if you don't think there's a connection, you're fooling yourself. And that's okay, but But at the end of the day, yeah. Google, and then that's it. Down for the. That's good, but now don't give it back. You need a pause, okay? I don't want a winning streak to turn into how do I stop. So balance and budget. Remember that. Take a good one and don't let it rack your brain and forget it all. Don't go too out of bounds. Don't get too aggressive. Be content and let the win win. So it's good. Yeah, the trading fraternity guy, he's loud, annoying, talks about Jesus too much. The long term works. Long term for free. For free. One more. Well, you did hit a high after that little thing, and then silver's coming down a little bit. Grain report. We haven't got another one in a while. I am going to be staying after hours. Yeah. I think I might need to go to the farm, but yeah, I don't have any plans. Besides, I have a lot of farm plans. Yeah, Indiana is beautiful, bro. That's why we bought a lot of Indiana. Some of you guys did too when I made the video back in the day. But it's good. It's still affordable. It just sucks that, like I was saying the other day, you know, the houses that were 100 are now 400. So it sucks because like a good house at like 100 now, I would have never touched it back in the day because I don't like the $20,000 houses. I hate those. So if any of you guys are like seeing in areas and you like go see Flint, Michigan or Buffalo or fucking Gary, Indiana, and you see like a $20,000 or a $9,000 house, don't buy it. Unless there's something like really, really good about it. But usually the really cheap ones are more liability than they are an asset. Because then if it needs repairs and it's big, it will literally cost you more to destroy it than it will cost you to just not do anything. So it's a really weird concept. So that's the tricky part. I'm not saying you can't buy 100K in Indiana. No, you can actually. I bought one even recently. But how you're going to do it is that it has to be... I saw UNH pop. It was only $1. Yeah, that keeps going. Yeah, it's edging up a little bit. But the whole idea is you just got to like really... You got to really make sure that if you're buying it at that low end, just make sure it doesn't need a lot of repairs, and you have to very well verify that it's more of an asset more than it is a liability. That's tough. So you have to, the space, the condition. So if it's 3,000 square feet and it's in terrible condition and it's 100K, run away. Because 3,000, this is what I want you to start thinking about. How much does it cost? How much will it cost to repair? You know, let's say $100, $150 a square foot. I'll go cheap. Let me do $75 a square foot, right? Even 3,000 square foot, you're spending $225,000. That's ridiculous. Remember, flooring carpet is like $2 a square foot. Hardwood is like $4 to $11, depending on what you get. You see what I'm saying? So if it's big and it's like a cheap property, but it's in terrible condition and it has huge size, that's a liability. That's not an asset. But then if it's 100, 150K, perfect condition, doesn't need appliances, they just did the water heater, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, just on the lower end, maybe just dirty, maybe some other cosmetic stuff, then you could pursue that. So that's a good tip of advice. The irony is that this is the same thing in the stock market. You guys know that, right? That's why, like, yesterday when we had that options glitch, in the middle of it, I was telling you guys, holy shit. I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Do you remember that? We saw this play, 10% out the money. It was 1 penny. It seemed way too cheap. I bought it. And then halfway through, I'm like, dude, maybe I'm wrong. I said I could be missing something. Do you guys remember that? That was literally yesterday. So the whole point with that is, like, just like real estate and stocks, there's always like a price point where if it does get too cheap, that means you're missing something. It's not a good deal. It's actually cheap for a reason. So like the best example besides yesterday is like a buyout. You guys ever see a stock that's going through a buyout and then it's still trading, and then the options like 10-20% out the money are worth 1 penny, but then everything else is expensive? It's because the stock is getting bought out at a certain price. The market knows that everything outside is just, it's not going to profit at all. You're going to pay more money to buy that than it will return in equity. So the market is priced it so low because it knows that it's more of a liability than an asset. Real estate does the same thing. That's what I'm saying. If it's low enough, you're like, wow, that's a good deal. No, because if it's low enough and still sitting there, that's the market telling you that they've already priced something about it. Foreclosures are fine. I mean, assuming it makes sense to pay cash or if you can get financing. So that's changed recently. I've been seeing a lot of people have been able to buy foreclosures on loans, which is newish, but they're not bad as long as you got to do your due diligence and then make sure you're getting it at a discount. Yeah, on ACI and Crow, exactly. Any buyout, it'll be like that. After a certain price, they're saying more liability than not. It's real estate, it's reversed. When it's, excuse me, if it's low enough, they're going to start saying it's probably going to have more property tax, more to take it down than it would be to buy it and have value. On Chris Zane, I don't know who that is. I've heard of the name, but I don't know. So I genuinely don't watch a lot. Like, I saw the other guy because I just keep seeing him, and I'm like, what is this guy saying about discipline? I'm so sorry, but this is my genuine reaction, bro. And I don't know. I've stopped being. I realized it even yesterday. Like, do you guys realize those situations yesterday where people are like getting into deals and I'm like, dude, these are terrible deals? If this was a couple years ago, after, like, I would have just been too intimidated. I would have been like, okay, maybe somebody died and I'm gonna get canceled and I don't know, and I would just nod my head and agree with you so that the conversation would stop. You know that, right? You guys would do terrible deals and I knew it was terrible and I would tell you it would be terrible, and then you would get defensive and then I would run away. That because I was like, it's not worth it. I'm not. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, like the last couple of days recently, I'll just call it how I see it. And, you know, although I don't want to make somebody sad or angry, and I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, I'm going to call the truth as I see it. And that's why I say, you know, fruit shows for discipline and many things. Again, you guys get into a deal, I'm like, bro, it's a bad deal. That's a dumb idea. I don't think you're a dumb person, but I know you want to feel good, and you'll probably subscribe and you'll love me if I just agree with you. And if I disagree with you, even if it's in your best interest, you're going to unfollow me for 5 years until you come back and be like, okay, Josh. So I'm like, come on, man. But yeah, so I'm glad. It's a good realization, but I'd rather just be straightforward with you than not, because it saves people the trouble in the long run. You know, that's what I'm saying. If you want to, what good is there listening to people that you think is wisdom only for it to be you were just building up 5 years of terrible habits, or God knows what it was, you know? And same thing, like I don't want you to buy a bad house, bro. You know, it sucks. It sucks because when I'm so straightforward with people, I like create these enemies out of people for no damn reason, when it's like, bro, I was just trying to help you. Again, even that house deal, I'm like, that's not a good deal to spend that. Like, be careful, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, so I like the straightforwardness. It's honestly, it's more painful up front, but less pain on the back end. And I much more would rather take that than cool on the front end, pain on the back end. Damn, he said some of you making dumb moves and try to punish Josh for showing you the truth, self included. Well, that's a mature take. Jeez, bro. That's I like it, but dude, I don't think anyone's ever said that. You know, most people have told me sorry. Most people have apologized and done other things, but I like the self-aware look, bro. God bless you. Don't worry, no one's perfect, myself included. So, amen. I mean, USO, I feel like all week it's been categorized by random drops or pops, but it got led by some OPEC shit. I don't know what it is. There was some Israel stuff yesterday, but I don't know. And then today was all about defense spending and drones, so maybe. But yeah, 3% to end the week ain't bad. And it's right below 70. Coin on the low. Well, yeah. I mean, even then, it's what I said. Some of you didn't get it early. When I told you, I said I apologize for being fake. I think I was fake at one point, because you see, I think you guys get it. Like, imagine, so homeboy comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, I have to sell my house, okay?" And I'm selling it. I'm like, "No, don't do that. That's not a good idea." And you saw how he was like kind of coming back and forth. And he's a good guy. Like I said, I'm trying to help him. I think he has a 2% rate, bro. Like, what are you saying? But I wouldn't, like, a couple years ago, after like 2 messages, or after I realized he's like already done it or wanted to, if I just agreed with him, everybody would be happy. Does that make sense? Think about it. He's like, "Oh, I have to do this," but, and then we would coddle and be like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. Here's a horn. I don't know. I don't think I'd hit the horn, but you know what I'm saying? And then guess what? Everyone's happy. Everybody moves on. I'm okay. I don't have to worry about no drama. You don't have to listen to correction. He thinks he did the right thing. Right? And then what happens? 5 years later, 4 years later, 3 years later. Then the effect happens, the consequence. And then it's like, damn, we could have stopped that. We could have avoided that. I don't like that. You see what I'm saying? That's why I feel terrible. Because I know we saw good things come out of it, but even if one person, it was avoidable, bro, I don't like that. I would rather have you hate me, ban me today, and become a millionaire 5-10 years from now, than the reverse. Then love me today and then you go broke in 5 years because you got fucking, they took you for all they could because we believed it, right? So yeah, I don't know. That's how I viewed it. So like I'm saying, it's just, I will rather call it how I see it, So any other YouTubers too, if you don't like what I'm saying about you, I don't know. I hope you take it as an encouragement to do good things and go in that way rather than not. But I would rather just be honest with my viewers up front than just agreeing for the sake of, oh yeah, let's keep the peace and this and that and that. Oh, but it's just like, if you believe in something, there should be fruit. If you say you do something every day, there should be fruit. If you say, I got hit by a train, I should see broken bones. I wouldn't believe you if you said a train ran me over yesterday and you look perfectly untouched. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people say stuff. So, and that's why too. So, and then again, your guys' decisions. If you do something and I disagree, I would rather I'd rather tell you now. And, you know, I'm not trying to fight with you. I'm really not. Maybe one day you'll see. But I do hope that the truth prevails in all situations. Change your transmission. No, don't change your transmission oil. I don't know. Can a mechanic confirm? I think I told you guys this. I had somebody tell me that, because like when you change the transmission oil, it like takes all of the like friction and lubrication that was already like existing in there. So even though you're replacing it, it like, you know, it ends up making your transmission fail faster. Yeah, over 70,000 do not change. Yeah. No. Yeah, it's a myth? No, I don't think. Bro, I'm pretty sure you're not. If you have a high mileage car, don't change your transmission oil. Do not. I'm sure that I think that's true, bro. Yeah, if you changed it every 50K from the beginning, that's fine. But like, if you buy a used car with like 150,000 miles, don't ever change the transmission. Because then the transmission will blow shortly after. It always happens. That's why someone told me this. I think it was my brother-in-law. And he told me, and we were talking about some old cars and how this happened. And I think he did it on one. I was like, why didn't you just change it? And he was like, it would have fried the transmission. Now, if it's new, or if you have a maintenance history of always changing it, you're fine. But if you buy like a used car, you have an old car that you did not change the transmission oil on, don't change it. It's better to not change it. Been one of life's greatest riddles, to change or not change the transmission fluid. Blew after 5 miles with the change. I know, it's crazy. And then you have these little Toyotas, they ain't changed shit, just blah, 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 blah. Fascinating. X5 comp, 31 miles at 72K. Is that a good deal? Do you not want me to know you're buying an expensive car? He retracted it. Banned! No, I'm kidding. It's like a good deal and it's not. I don't know that, but like when it comes to Beamers, once they go past 30K miles and like a Beamer or any Mercedes, even an AMG, the prices start to go down. So are you going to drive it? Do you like the car? You have to love that car. You're getting a good deal if you love the car. But once you drive it a lot, like you got to think about it. If you take that to 60K miles, you know, like that shit's going to go to 30K. You know what I'm saying? So like it's not any Beamer, any AMG except a G-Wagon, and even then the G-Wagon has a limit. You can't, like, it's going to go down if you drive. Yeah, if you drive it a lot, like, it's a good deal. It's a fair deal as is right now, I'd say. And you're going to get enjoyment out of it if you really, that's a powerful car. But it is like, if you put another 30K on it or more, that car's going to go 30 or sub 30K. So however long you plan to put, if you're going to do 10,000 miles a year, in 3 years, you're going to lose 30K on that, which it doesn't have to be a bad thing. I don't know if you could get a write-off on it or not, but yeah, decide. Ideally, so here's the weird part. This is why you either buy cheap cars or you buy really expensive ones. Because if you buy the expensive ones, you could put 10,000 miles, hold the value relative. It all depends where you buy it. Or you just buy a cheap car because you know you're going to lose anyway, and then you're already next to the floor. Shout out to Camry. So yeah, it all depends. But right now you're in the middle. It's a nice car and it's affordable-ish. Now 70K is a lot, but like I'm saying, 30K more miles, that shit's going to be at 30K. So you got to find the middle, or you go buy a G-Wagon at 150, go put 20,000 miles on it. You'll lose like 10 grand or get your money back. You see what I'm saying? So it all depends. You can deduct interest on an American car, yes. That is now law. Or lease deal. You have a RAV4, why not lease deal? See if you like it. I haven't looked at Lease Hacker, but we could check and then see if you could get like a cool car, like a M or an AMG on a good like 1-2 year lease. Spend 5K, 7K. If you're gonna lose 30K in 3 years, and then see if you like the car, have no maintenance, and then call it a day, and then go from there. But then you're gonna lose 5 to 9K for no reason with no car after it's done. Lease on an M3 is $1,100 a month. Damn. So that's 24K in 2 years. That's not. You could get it way cheaper than that. I don't think you'd have to do that expensive. I think one of the best lease deals I saw was like 9K a year for a S-Class, which isn't that bad if you think about it. That's like $700 a month. I think you could get certain nice cars like a M3, $700 to $800 a month should be the like good price deal lately. But then again, lease deals are coming back. My mic cover fell. Should probably mute it while I do this. My bad. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, you're coming back down. A 2012 Malibu with 40K miles? How do you only have 40K miles? That's pretty crazy. Got a wire up. We haven't changed the wire band. I don't know. I don't know when we're going to change it. We're still on members only chat. And then, I don't know. Shit talk has picked up recently. People still think I charge them for Philo. I literally told the video 5 times, I'm not talking about you. I understood the segment I made yesterday. And I had the foresight to see how a hoe would interpret it about themselves, and I took every effort to make sure that they didn't feel that way, and some people still felt that way. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know when we're gonna. Well, maybe we need to make a council and see what the council has to do. But yeah. I am a car guy, yeah. The cars has been like one of my worst habits next to women. But I'm trying to, like, I haven't bought a car in a minute. Well, yes, I have, but still, I guess a couple years ago. But I don't like it, but I like it a lot. But now I'm hoping the farming will get me out of it. All new cars stink. They do and they don't. It's weird that they have so much like tech now, and they have to do so much of it, but like, dude, new cars like base level have backup cams. They have blind spot detectors, lane assist, dynamic cruise control. This all comes base model on a Camry now. Like, what? That's so dope. I don't know if y'all, yeah, exactly. The reliability due to all of the tech, it's like, it's so dumb that your car, relies on one wire pretty much. But, oh, the functional, it's crazy the features you get now at base level. Base level, you're getting shit that was in the 100K Mercedes 10, 15 years ago. A CL600. I remember when Distronic first came out. I remember that was mind-blowing tech. Now it's on every Kia. Yeah, bro. CL600 was the Midnight Club car. That was a really dope car. Distronic is like, it's like the cruise control where you set your cruise control, but it notices if a car is in front of you or not, so it adjusts the speed without you having to. Because I don't know if you know how the OG cruise control worked. Me and my girlfriend were laughing because we were driving the RV and it had cruise control. And I was like, I don't know if it has the adaptive cruise control. And I was like, I don't want to find out. Because normal cruise control just sets the speed and then it goes. Yeah, no matter what is in its way. So the new tech is like, if there's something in front of you, it slows the car down. Yeah, adaptive cruise control. That's what it is. That's the broader name. I think Distronic is the Mercedes. I think they were one of the first people to come out with it. A 12-car cruise. That's called the I-5. That's why traffic gets so bad, because everyone's on cruise control. I didn't realize it one day till I was on cruise control. And I was on cruise control. I'm just in the fast lane. I think I'm going fast, and I'm like, wait, why does everyone keep passing me? I'm like, oh, because the 5 motherfuckers in a row are all on cruise control, just chilling. So yeah, and I realized it. I said, oh, that's the problem. No, for real. That's actually what you do. Holy, no, you get it. You literally have to use the slow lane on the 5 to get around the people using cruise control in the fast lane. It's crazy. It's actually real. I do it all the time. You have to go to the slowest lane, because that lane will be empty, to get around the 5 to 10 people all on cruise control at 70 miles an hour in the fast lane. It's wild. Microsoft, man, they were down in the morning. Now it's up a decent amount. You on the train? You need a refresh. DVR might have got you. He's still talking transmission fluid. Wait, they want to change the fast lane laws? So they want to make it where you could only pass? I mean, that's how it is in Europe. I don't get it. Like, can I remind everybody in here who operates a motor vehicle? The left lane is for passing. Do you understand? No, like, that's it. So that's what I do too. If I'm not passing somebody, I get out of the left lane. Do you know you're supposed to do that? Well, anything, I don't care. Even if you're going fast, if you're not passing anybody and there's room, you go to the next lane. You leave the left lane for pass. And then if someone's going, and then you go to the left lane and pass them. And then once you pass them, you go back into the other lane that you see what I'm saying? If everybody understood this, I think we would have world peace. I think we would solve, every utopia would be created. If mother just got this. This would be a great segment for you effing idiot. Okay? And listen, I'm not calling any Chads out by name. But if you do this and you want to get offended, then maybe I am. But just only use the left lane to pass. That's it. You pass and go back. Pass and go back. If everybody did this, I think the second coming of Christ he would say, you guys did it. You know that the Savior would say, you know what? Wow, you guys did it. You figured, wow, look at y'all working together. Oh my, you know what? Look at that. If all we could do it. I hope this causes a revival. I'm speaking to everybody in every state right now. Okay? So just only use the left lane to pass people. Okay? And once you pass, go back to the lane you came from. And then when you need to pass somebody again, you do it again and then go back. Just leave the left lane empty. If you did that, we would all have an exit route. You know that, right? Imagine if we all operated like that, we would all have a way out of trouble. I know. God willing. You're staying in the left lane 15 over. You're not switching to the right. That's dumb, Josh. I mean, listen. Do you see why ego and selfishness is the root problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why. Because, you know, I understand your sentiment. Believe me, I do. Okay? This is a team effort, man. This is a team effort. Do you not realize that 100 of you had the same idea? All 100 of you were like, yo, fuck that, Josh. That's a dumb idea. I'm gonna go 20, 15 over. They all have the same idea. It's not original. Surprisingly, my idea is somewhat original now because the other shit is so unoriginal. We already know what you're gonna do. Of course you're gonna go and then they don't get this. This is Oh, man. I know. It's like a universal concept, you guys. If everybody just left the left lane open for passing, you would always have a left lane open for... You would have your own shoulder that was legal to use. I'm telling you, bro, one day this is going to click for you guys. Run this through Claude, bro. Run this through ChatGPT. Go tell Grok 4 to go and tell this to you. I'm pretty sure this is accurate as fuck. Oh, man. Oh, dude. This is civil engineering. Oh, no. Pepsi and Sami Ryan launched limited edition wild cherry capsule, blending rodeo-inspired fashion with iconic flavor. What does that mean? And then Saudi Arabia boosted June output amid regional tensions. I know, bro. I feel you. I'm always like looking in my rear view mirror. Like even when nobody is behind, I'm always like, okay, even if I'm going 100 in the fast lane, if I see someone behind me, I move my ass back. Why don't you guys do that? Why can't you see? I don't get it. No, for real though. Why do people do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know you have a rear view mirror, bitch. You have a rear view mirror. I know you could see I'm behind you. Why won't you move? Well, I don't care what the speed is. Just, oh, dude, it's the weirdest thing. I like feel it. Like if a mother effer is like coming up on me, bro, I feel it. And I'm like, ugh, I hate it. It's like, I just get, for my own peace, I move around, bro. I'm like, get away. Just go. Live your life, bro. Get away. Why are you doing this to me? Always in a Dodge Ram, too. But still, oh, man, it's not. It's crazy. I have drove in New York. It's funny because when I was in New York, they were like, you're not going to be able to drive in New York. Bro, I dominated in New York. By the end of that trip, I was driving everywhere for everybody. I drove us to Connecticut. I don't know. Maybe I am from the East Coast. You know that? People always used to say that to me. And, like, I think I'm really not East Coast at all, but I fit in. I fit in very well. But it was easy in New York. I was more scared of the police because I was in New York. We got stopped and frisked. Last time I was in New York was around there. I went another time after that. But this was before Black Lives Matter. This was before social justice. So there was a policy in New York where the cops could just pull you over, take you out, and pat you down. And then even on the street. So I remember I was with people in the music industry. Oh my God. Ew, dude, I went to a P. Diddy studio. I just remembered. Yo, I went to a P. Diddy studio in New York. Oh my goodness. I went to the BK, bro. I went to Brooklyn right before Brooklyn popped off. No. Dude, it was near like MSG. Oh my God. Yeah, I remembered Lil Wayne. I didn't see Lil Wayne, but he was recording. But oh my God. No, that just, yeah, it was Diddy, dude. It was a Diddy studio. I remember now. Holy fuck. Anyways, that's just, Lord, thank God you had your eyes on me. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. I guess I either wasn't talented enough or I was too ugly for that to go anywhere. But that's good. Praise the Lord. But I remember, like, we would be smoking like cigarettes outside, or you would go outside and like smoke, and the cops would stop you and they would pat you down. So I was driving on one of them, and it's a car of like me of like, it was like one of these like little vans, and we had a bunch of people in it. I get pulled over, And he's like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from California. He's like, he says, get out the car. I'm like trying to do my whole nice thing. I'm like, what? And they all tell me, they're like, just listen to whatever he says. Don't talk back. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm like smiling. He's like, get out the car. I'm like, what? And then I'm like, this is real. So he takes all of us out the car. They pat us down. They ask what we're doing. And then we have to explain, why we're here. We're like, no, we're doing work and this and that. Just because. It was late at night. He's like, why are you guys driving around at 2 a.m.? Well, that's it. It was just stop and frisk, bro. There was a time where they were able to do that. They could have just stopped you for any reason. But then that's what happened is people just started getting shot in violence, and then wrongfully shit would get planted on them. It was terrible. It was very corrupt. And then it ultimately led to the change. That was one of the worst New York laws ever. Suppressed memory. I know, right? It was a big deal. You don't remember there would be like articles about stop and frisk? I just got to experience it and I was mind blown. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, no, it is. Dude, I was like, this is crazy. They will just pull you over and pull everybody out the car. And obviously, like, they were targeting people. It wasn't, you could call it whatever you want, but it was clear. Even the people with me were saying it. They knew it. People knew they were going to get pulled over. Everybody told me about it. I thought they were tripping. Like, that's what I was saying. We'd even smoke outside, and they would, like, either go inside or, like, you have to be very proper if a cop walked by, because they would talk to you. You say the wrong thing, you're up against the wall getting patted down. And then if you had weed or if anything on you, you're in deep trouble. This was before the laws changed or anything else. They would give you a kiss on the lip. I feel like I remember that, but I don't. Dude, that was a bad era. That was a dark era, dude. I can't believe it was New York. Now look at them. Now they're like, give away the grocery stores. What? They tell you why? No, bro. It was telling you, bro. As a little California boy, and I'm sitting there, bro. Trust me, you've never experienced anything like it. They don't do it anymore. You never will, but dude, it's just weird. They don't say shit to you. They're just mean to you. They're just mean to you, and they violate you, then they touch you, and then they throw you back in your car and tell you to go home. It's very bad, bro. I'm telling you, I think this is 2013 or 2014. So this was more than 10 years ago. I think it was Rudy Giuliani. Yeah, it was. This was Giuliani policy. Bro, it was weird. And then weed wasn't legal. So that was a major crime. Again, guns in New York, major crime. So it was bad. Did they have it in Chicago? Oh, man. I don't think Uncle didn't go. I went. But no, I did not get violated in Diddy's. I can't believe I just remembered that it was Diddy's studio. You know I have a video somewhere too. It's on it's on Uncle's laptop though. Uncle's first laptop, where he has like some of the first like Space Coupe. It's on there. I've showed it before though, actually. No. You guys remember in 2020, I showed you a clip. I think I had it in 2020 and I showed you guys a clip from a studio in New York. I think I showed it on stream. I have the video. No, I remember all of it. forgot who owned the studio. I always thought I remember seeing Lil Wayne there, but no, it was Diddy's studio. Fully, it was fucking Sean P. Diddy Combs' studio. I'll see if I can find it this weekend. But I think I showed it on stream before. No one settling them out. No, it was actually really normal. It was just a studio in like right next to MSG. And it was super nice. Very fancy. But yeah, no, I don't remember anybody lathering me up in baby oil. So nah, but then again, I could have repressed it. I don't know. NASCAR in Chicago? I didn't know that. They're like trying to market NASCAR. I don't know if you guys have seen that recently. They're like trying to, they're like, if the WNBA can do it. But dude, I've been seeing people like hype up NASCAR. And I'm seeing ads everywhere. And they're like, nah, even Donald Trump going to NASCAR. So I don't know, but I like cars, but I don't like watching them go in a circle. Like even F1, my girl loves F1, but I've never I like it, but I'm not like, I've never been one to follow. Like, I don't know, like I can't follow the races. Yeah, they've had Danica Patrick. I remember Danica Patrick as a kid. Should we buy a WNBA team? I mean, if I need the write-offs. I'm sorry. But no, WNBA is getting very popular. It's terrible, but it's good. I actually like to see it. But do you know what they're blaming on the rise? You guys don't get it. WNBA is becoming really popular. And are you ready for this? Are you ready? It has nothing to do with women or DEI. You know that, right? Oh, I'm about to blow your mind, Chad. Oh, I'm about to blow your... It has nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. Nothing to do with Angel Reese. You think it has to do with women and men and pay gap? Nope. Yep, you got it. Bro, this is a result of sports gambling. Yeah. 1000%. You have... Bro. All they did was start opening up the lines. I would argue half of the people that watch, if not more, and not every other sport is like this, they're all betting. It's the rise of a new market to bet on. And now with gambling going through the roof, being all there, of course they're watching it. Bro, yeah, it's just the gambling league. That's it. That's where popularity is. That's what's driving it, essentially. And that's where I think all of these little entertainment things, if you see them trying to market NASCAR, just wait till people start figuring out they could gamble on it, or if they start pumping that. But yeah, it's literally gambling. Bro, I'm telling you, I see WNBA everywhere now. But then again, it's always paired up with gambling. That's the funny part. That's how I'm like, oh, that is how you get people to watch. Like, think about it. Would you watch it if you had no money on it? Okay, what if you had $100 on it? Do you think you'd watch it? Would you be a little bit more involved? I was telling you guys a couple years ago, I was like, bro, even DraftKings, I don't really like watching sports. I put $1 down. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Give the ball to Saquon Barkley. Go. I fucking $1 in the top 10. $1. Oh, fucking yeah, let's go. No, he hit the fucking ball. Oh, yeah. What do you think is happening? Told you, it'll blow your mind. So, any new sports that will become popular, it will be a direct correlation to how you could bet on them and the available markets to bet on them. The more betting, the more popular. The less betting, the less popular. It's not that you guys are just looking at level 1. Is that they make it easy to bet, but then level 2 is that when you put money on something, you become more interested in it. You put money on something, you're more likely to watch it than not. You're more likely to be involved in it than not. Post about it. You get, and then it's, before you know it, there you go. If you refresh, DVR should go away, but yeah, it's not on. You didn't care about stocks till you got money. Oh, look at that. Ho ho. Bonds are getting destroyed. That's fat, dude. 1.5 on TLT after a week of good auctions, but go back to 2 days ago Watchlist. It's probably because of the yen. Very interesting. City on the high too. 930. Oh, we gotta get to Philo. I got a good Philo today, actually. I have a crazy Philo. Pepsi earnings Monday. I hope they do bad so I can buy it. But then I hope they do good for those of you who already bought it. So, either way, we'll see. I don't know, man. Pepsi, that's the one. It's either we get a way better deal or it'll be the one that got away. Never heard of a gambler getting a long term after winning. They win and blow it. Well, that's everything in life. Make no mistake. So don't think you are not susceptible. Like, this is what I was saying with Jensen Huang yesterday. Like, I don't know. You guys are going to go through it one day. I've done it. Like, bro, you're going to start hitting everything. Right? Shit just starts working. You make money doing something, you got it, right? And you start hitting. bro, who's going to tell you anything? Like, you see what I'm saying with Jensen? Like, you got to really think about it. So, like, watch. Go make money in real estate, your business, all of it, right? Go make a lot of money, and someone's going to go tell you, go put it in the long term. Go save it. What are you going to tell that person? I know you want to say that you're going to be like, oh, I'd listen to them. No, you're going to turn into Kanye West. Nah, wait till I get my money right. Can't tell me. That's what you're going to do, bro. Everybody does it. It's a weird phenomenon. It's the ego. The ego, the mind, when you do something and you get accomplishment and you make money and you make progress, you're going to have to fight this battle, bro. Why do you think I give y'all philo and all y'all who keep fading it? Motherfucker, that guy the enemy is waiting for you at that point, excited. Because this is what everybody goes through. You're going to have to. And then that's why I keep saying, I'm like, are you going to let this be your learning lesson? Or are you going to look back and be like, oh yeah, I did have it. I had it once. And then this happened. And well, yeah, and then that's where we're at. No, you don't. Or are you going to actually secure it this time? You know, because it's real. I'm telling you, like I've been there. Why do you think this time around, bro, I am objectively, I'm hitting everything, bro. I'm hitting home runs. Yeah, I've taken some losses, but my net is ridiculous this year. So guess what though? I'm not gonna make that. I don't know what's gonna happen, bro. I'm an idiot. Like I really believe it. And I'm gonna go slow. If I'm in the lead, I'm not gonna try to double the lead. Who gives a fuck? I'm gonna be calm. I've learned a lot already from some of my other mistakes too. But this time I'm like, I'm not. Even on a play level, I'm not letting it get to I don't want it to get to, I'm over it, dude. I could give two fucks about it. And, this is now going through many stages. Earlier I was buying cars and doing other shit. But you just got to go through this, and all of you will. And that's why I feel bad about it. And there's a point where you'll try to do it on your own through the power of the flesh. And then you'll just realize, bro, you'll be like, I'm a filthy human. I need God. And because I keep doing this. I keep getting gassed up. I keep being the same thing I hate, the same things I hate in others. I ended up doing it myself. So, like, what's up, bro? It's kind of embarrassing. And that's what you're going to go through. Just real. I'm being real with you. You tell me. But you'll realize that it's not like once you get past that, you have to be able to succeed, get money, and just like not let it get to your head, and be able to make the good decisions so that when you're in the middle of something real and it's time to either secure or not, like when good shit comes your way, you're not like, fuck you, what do you know about it? So like that's what I'm saying. Like gamblers, a lot of people who make money and they're doing good and they're doing something and they have winning and they have something behind them, which is a good thing. I see the good in it. I know the gambling is bad and all that, but they applied themselves. I'm sure they got knowledge and a brain, but then, so you're not going to be able to tell them anything. And I agree, because I was like that, just not with gambling, and that could happen to all of you, even with your long term. I hope you hear me. What do you think I keep telling you? You know how many people listen to me, vibe with me, follow it, and they're like, wow, this works. And then guess what happens? They make the mistake. They become a false prophet. I've done this too. They branch off. That's why God says he's going to rip the branches. Literally. That's why you branch off. He is the vine, right? Because what does a branch try to do? You branch off and then try to boast like you're the tree. Damn. Right? I've done that. You don't think I've gotten stuff from God and these life lessons that it was supposed to mold me and grow me, but instead I got too gassed up, too big-headed, right? Wouldn't listen to wisdom, wouldn't listen to what's in front of me, and I branched off. I stopped living in the vine. And then I become this branch trying to glorify myself, saying, look, I'm a branch. Look at what I could do. I'm a branch. You can't tell the branch. You fucking idiot. And I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to myself. This is the conversation I had with me. It's like, you're a fucking idiot, Josh. Like, what are you doing? You're a branch. How dare you? You see why God hates false prophets? Because it's a branch boasting like it's a tree. You can't do that. Like, it's actually hilarious. So that's what happens, though, when you get money, you get success in certain areas. And that's why I'm saying your long term, you guys, be careful. You don't think you're going to get tempted with that? I bet you one day you're going to look at that long term and you're going to be like, you know what? Everyone's an idiot, even Josh. I'm going to go buy BBAIEV NVIDIA all-time high. Watch. And you could fuck it up after 7 years, 10 years, 20 years. I've seen it happen. Do you get what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with anything except for your ego. That's all. That's all it is. It's when you're like, you know what? You can't tell me anything. No, what do you know? What is this person? Wait, what is this? You know, and then that's it. I'm pulling this from what we're talking about. I mean, this is just the conversation you have brought to me. So I'm just bringing it right back. Yeah, so just keep this in mind. Don't ever forget this. Because like I'm telling you, it's all fun and games and shit. And right now you're doing good. And even then, sometimes your biggest thing, your biggest problem is going to be that you did good. You understand me? Some people, they get hit before ever doing good. You know what I'm saying? The other stuff didn't even allow them to get to that point. But then you get to that point, you got to watch out. Your next step, your problem isn't going to be that you're going to fail. Your problem isn't going to be that you're lacking. Your problem is going to be that you get too big-headed. Your problem is going to be you get gassed up, whether it's in your glory, your skill, whatever you think it is. You get what I'm saying? Because then now the other shit couldn't get you, but the ego can. And the ego now, that's where it gets tricky. And that I've seen it could go any way. That's why you got to care about it. No, bro. The wisdom is not what I said. The wisdom is in the listener. I promise you. Because you know how many motherfuckers told me this? And in the moment, I didn't even recognize it when it was happening. So if you hear what I'm saying, and you concede wisdom, and you're like, man, yeah, that's the wisdom in this conversation. Because when I heard it, I didn't listen. When I heard it, and I heard it in American version, I heard it in Egyptian version, multiple languages, I heard it, and I didn't recognize it in myself. I didn't look in the mirror when it was happening. You know what I'm saying? So I truly believe the wisdom is in the listener. If you're like, yo, that is important. Yo, wow, maybe I will face that, rather than like, nah, that's never gonna happen to me. Because I was like that. I was more, yeah. Well, look, that's everyone else, but clearly I already did it different, so that won't be me, right? That's what all of you are going to say. Almost every single one of you are going to say exactly that. Because I said it, and I don't, and I like to think I could do better at times, but now you know why I believe I am shit, and that's why it's God. But, yeah. Trump live at the round table at 2. Bro, I'm trying to philo. Oh, he did it for after philo. Thank you, Donald. Yeah, bro. The sound of philo just scatters. All right, well, that was kind of an early philo. I didn't mean to. I mean, we were legit talking about stocks, so I know I did throw in some God in there, but I do hope you guys hear the lesson, because I do think that it's going to be very critical, especially if you're like got a long term and you're like, man, what could go wrong here? Because everything's been working, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm telling you, that's probably what's going to go wrong, is that nothing went wrong and you're going to build a false foundation and turn into a branch. So be careful. That's what it will be. But yeah, might as well. Let's move on over. All right. God bless you all. And if I don't see you, we're gonna hang out later. But at the end of the day, I don't think much. You should, if you want to do anything, just set your place for next week and go enjoy the rest of your day. I was saying that from the watch list last night, so I don't think much. We did get some plays today, but a lot. We made more money off holding shit from a while ago, so we'll see. But other than that, let's move on over to Philo Chattadunia, and I will see you in a little bit. Peace. Oh wait, I didn't post the link. Hold on. It should take you there, but that's the hard part. In a weird way, it shows more people the videos when we go to another one, but then it just takes like a 30-minute lag to people to find the next video if they don't automatically go. It's such a weird. YouTube is terrible, but they're making changes. I can't wait to see where it ends up. All right, I'll see you there. Peace.